I think there's a very good chance we will.
You know me, I'd love to see the T95, but you know the T95 is actually getting a buff, a probable buff in the
gone from
patch.
the Doom Turtle to the Zoom Turtle.
So, I want to see the Zoom Turtle, which probably means that they won't pick it, because whenever you hear that a tank's getting a buff, it's like, oh, why would I pick it now? It's bad. You know, so... But, yeah, E100s, T123s from definitely Coalition Zoo. What else?
Well, there you go. Right on the money.
Yeah, and then just a stock standard lineup there for B-Gaming. Coalition, look, I love the fact that they're going with the Kranvagen as well, at Swedish Tier 10 heavy tank. Very solid in that hold down position, and I just like it as a tank in general. It's very similar to the AMX 50B, a little bit of a worse gun, but you know, you can deal with that. FV215B to stay in the fray, get a little bit of brawling kind of firepower behind them, and B-Gaming side just going with a very kind of EL Gaming-ish roster with the AMX 50Bs, the Grill, the Bat Chap, and those 113s. B-Gaming's roster solid as well here on Hillsdorf. We've seen it work before.
So, B-Gaming starting off on the attack here. The ball's in their court, and I wonder what Coalition Zoo are going to do on this defensive side. Typically, we see them sit up towards the top northern side of the map, but we are going to be resetting that game because of some sort of problem. Still, we get a little bit more time to discuss what we think is going to happen here. So I think B-Gaming, with that kind of roster, we're going to see... with Coalition Zoo, we're going to see them just sit up towards that A1 corner of the map, the northwestern side of the map, and really just wait there until B-Gaming makes the move.
Yep, I would definitely agree with that one. It's not going to be too crazy to expect that. I mean, we've got the Grill in B-Gaming's roster. Always good to put a Grill up on the hill. I think it doesn't really work quite so well anywhere else on Himmelsdorf. Maybe you can put it around the rail tracks. But yeah, up on the hill, I think it's a good idea. So Coalition Zoo, they should know to expect that, I think, and you know, play around that. They've got lots of heavy stuff in their lineup, so I also wouldn't be surprised to see TCZ on the defensive side here just sit very far back and kind of go with their standard lockdown positioning, I guess.
Now, it's a pretty important game, really, this entire series for B-Gaming, because even though they did pick up a win yesterday, they were obviously not looking 100%. They haven't looked very good throughout this entire season so far, and I think if they can pull off a couple of wins this week, you know, that's going to be really putting them right back on track to trying to climb back up that ladder, which is really, you know, a position they found themselves having some difficulty doing. Sitting in 6th at the moment, but, you know, between 6, 7, and 8, it's B-Gaming, Coalition Zoo, Dark Wolves, and I don't think B-Gaming would be necessarily too happy to find themselves with those teams. They would think that they're probably a team of a higher caliber. They want to be up there with team efficiency, with Karen Tiger, with Horseman.
Exactly. They're a team that you know, did battle with the best last season. They were the ones taking it to EL Gaming, whereas this season there's no way in the world that you'd you know, expect to see this B-Gaming taking it to a 5-4 against EL Gaming. No way at all. So I think if B-Gaming here really want to step it up, then this is where they have to start here. Against TCZ, they need to show a dominant performance.
Well, I mean, I think they had to start yesterday against Dark Wolves, which they did.
Yeah.
And now they need to continue that on.
Yep.
So it's you know, still another test here for B-Gaming, and that's not something that we would have said last season. You know, last season we'd been like, okay, B-Gaming have got a pretty easy game here. They can get some pretty free points on the board.
Yep.
But this time, you know, Coalition Zoo, they've had some moments of success, which if they go unchecked by B-Gaming, then Coalition Zoo is a very real possibility of getting some rounds on the board, or even maybe pushing them to overtime, something like that.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And, well, TCZ, they haven't been looking too bad this season either. So even though their win rates aren't really too good, we're seeing a 28% win rate on their attack and, you know, not even 50% on their defensive side, there is still the potential for them to come up strong, I feel, against B-Gaming in this lineup, because quite often we see TCZ, you know, go into a game and they might start off quite well or, you know, look fairly strong throughout it and just get pipped at the post. But
well, look, honestly, I mean, we've seen some shaky performances from B-Gaming. So it's not like there's things that can't be abused here by Coalition Zoo if there's mistakes from B-Gaming, but I guess we're about to find out as we're now back into round number 1.
Yes. Okay, let's take a look at where these guys roll out to.
Manius early spots forward. He's actually taking the 1390 away. I mean, we've seen him start to kind of almost fulfill that scout role, the perma scout role for Coalition Zoo. He was almost always in a tier 8 or a tier 9 yesterday for Coalition Zoo, and I do like that. I like it when the teams take a pretty dedicated scout player.
Exactly, a dedicated scout role. It makes sense, you know. With any other sport, any other game, teams do generally have these set roles, and it makes sense if you're the best in the team at playing, you know, your AMX 1390s, your RU 251s, your Tier 9 scouts. Then you know that's what you should play, I think. So.
Yep. Muller, obviously here for B Gaming. Haven't seen him too much this season. I think he played a little bit yesterday, but apart from that, we haven't seen him yet. So this is another kind of an early stage for him in the WGL APAC Season 2. See how he goes tonight. Certainly these guys on Coalition Zoo, we've seen a fair bit.
Yep. Fair old bits, but Pac-Manius there in that AMX 1390 is having a bit of a ledge up, looking through that window. Spotting position. I did hear a 6 cent signal go off onto, I think, Super Hiroshi has just been spotted. Pac-Manius will have to be careful, but interesting that we're not seeing Lion in, well, in right now at least.
In the game. Well, look, yeah, I mean, Coalition Zoo is one of those teams that tends to shift their rosters around quite a bit. B Gaming, another one. You know, both of these teams, it's hard to say exactly which 7 is going to play. Some of the rosters, like, for example, EL Gaming, they've had only their core 7 players, but Coalition Zoo have had up to almost 13 players or something, 12 players in their roster. So, shaking things up a bit. Oh, use the Champagne, trying to get a shot there on the Pac-Manius, but not managing to connect.
Good try there by use of Champagne, and someone's got a shot on towards Pac-Manius for 457 damage. But look, right now, we're just seeing B Gaming feeling out TCZ, and exactly like we expected, Jordan. TCZ, they're just sitting back. They're playing this one very, very defensively. That's what their lineup is good at. You know, they can sit all the way back there in that 2 flag, put Madhouse and Crazy into those little pillboxes there in that A5 area if they want, and use those guys to look out over that 2 flag and not worry too much about the rest of the map.
Madhouse has been spotted out here. Lower front plate completely open. It's never a guaranteed penetration though on the T110E3, and not going to be the case there for B Gaming. Madhouse trying to fire a shot over to his opponent there, but yeah, 2 shots going right into the lower front plate there of the T110E3, and Colin not having all that much luck in actually penetrating him.
Yep, and he's going to not go through again. And it's one of the great things about the T110E3 and why it is picked is because of that super strong armor all around.
We finally see a penetration going over the way of Madhouse, and he's just trying to trade things back, but quite content to be taking this duel, I think, is Madhouse. There's another one that goes right through him, though, so I think now is time to back out. He's lost just a little bit too much HP to be feeling comfortable.
Yeah. And, you know, we saw those ricochets as well, and that was the 113 that was fine. The 113 has 340 millimeters of penetration on average when using gold rounds, so it's actually one of the highest average penetrations of any tier 10 gun when using that gold, so let's see.
Diltimatil here used to be the dedicated scout player for B Gaming, but he's moved up to the tier 10 role this season for them. Honestly, I don't think it's worked out too nicely for B Gaming. Would have liked to have seen him maybe a little bit more on the scout role. 1.2k average damage is not great, and 0.3 average kills is certainly not something to write home about. He's got a pretty decent accuracy though, at least, but definitely wanting to see him really step up here for B Gaming if they're going to keep him in those tier 10 roles.
Yeah, 100%. If he doesn't step up soon, then, I mean, well, I think already it's safe to call that his transition into that tier 10 tank role hasn't worked out too well, I think. But look, overall, I'm liking what B Gaming are doing here against TCZ, because TCZ, they have been chipped down a little bit. They're dropped down to, you know, Crazip's taken a few shots, Madhouse has taken a few shots, Pac-Manius has taken one. And B Gaming, they're starting to put the pressure on with Muller in that AMX 1390 getting on towards the flag. And he's not super tucked up against the corner. So if one of the TCZ guys does want to cross that, it should be a fairly easy reset.
It all comes down to the 50Bs though of B Gaming, whether or not they're going to make Coalition Zoo pay enough for that reset. It's what it comes down to in this sort of a situation like this one. And for now, no reset just yet here. Oh, but Muller getting a little bit too scared by that E100, and he gets off the cap when he could have just stayed on there. He wouldn't have been taking any hits from it just yet. Still, bit of a pressure relief for the Coalition Zoo.
That's right. And going to be seeing those shots coming down directed towards Madhouse, but it will be crazy if it goes down first. And Madhouse is looking like he might be following next, only on 193 HP right now.
Colin missing a shot onto the Kranwagen there, though. Chippy's got a chance to get some more damage back, but unfortunately the Kranwagen's gun is as the Kranwagen's gun does, and doesn't manage to hit a shot there.
Bit unfortunate there for Mr. Chippy, but right now B Gaming, I think they've definitely got the lead here. They've taken all of Coalition Zoo's tanks down a little bit. Crazib's off the field, that 113. You know, that is a decent amount of the damage, let's not forget. And with the E100 taking 1,000 damage there, Joke, now he's only 2 shots from death. And I don't know how that happened. I think that was the grill up on the hill.
What you do have to remember, though, here is that B Gaming pretty confident on the attacking side of Himmelsdorf. We saw them with a very good win over Dark Wolves yesterday. However, on their defensive side, that's where things tend to be a little bit more difficult for them. So even though they should be able to pick this one up pretty comfortably, and they've made it look quite easy, I think the second half of Himmelsdorf is really going to show us what sort of things are going to be going on here for B Gaming.
Yeah, that's right. So B Gaming here looking just to extend their lead. Now TCZ have lost 2 tanks so far. Madhouse might be the next one to fall. He's not looking too healthy. And unfortunately, Chippy in the Kranwagen hasn't really had much of a chance to have an impact here in that one, as he's dropped out. Like B Gaming here, going to be getting themselves on towards this one flag, and with only 4 tanks left, TCZ, there is just nothing that they can do. Those E100s have not had enough of an impact here on this first half of Himmelsdorf, Jordan. Look, they needed to maybe use them a little bit more aggressively, you know, use that big gun that can really get some effective trades and not just let B Gaming take the entirety of the map.
Yeah, it's not been a very great performance from Coalition Zoo, I think it's fair to say. Haven't really seen anything that led me to believe they might even have a chance in this one. They've kind of just let B Gaming walk around the map and dismantle them, and that is exactly what B Gaming did with over 7,000 HP left at the end of that round. That was a fairly confident and pretty easy win for B Gaming.
Yeah, solid win there from B Gaming, and they're definitely going to be looking to extend that through these next couple of rounds. And look, Coalition Zoo there, if they want to win these next rounds on Himmelsdorf, they have to take more control. Like, you know, what we just saw them there, just give all of that free ground to B Gaming. And in the previous times that they played Himmelsdorf, they've used that strategy, and it hasn't worked again and again and again. When are TCZ going to realise that it just doesn't work against these teams in WGL that you know, can use that, can force pressure onto you, can get those early kind of shots onto those tanks like the T1, T3. You know, I don't even know why Madhouse was peaking earlier on in that one.
Just trying to take the trades. He thought he could win and didn't win in the end there. So B Gaming starting off with a nice 1-0. Like I said, though, I think the second half here of Himmelsdorf is going to be the real story that we need to start to see unfold. You know, if it's a 2-0 for B Gaming, then yes, we can applaud them for their good play. But at the moment, I'm not prepared to do that just yet.
Right, well, fair enough. That's all right. Let's take a look at the replays in that one to see where TCZ went wrong. And yeah, Pac-Manius there, he got shot early on, just got taken out. Chippy, again, putting a Kranwagen there, like, doesn't really do much because the Kranwagen obviously great in hold down, but if it's not going to be hold down, you may as well just have an AMX 50B because it's just the same thing but more damage in other scenarios. But there we go. We see 6 out of the top 7 for B Gaming.
Yeah, Nomad doing the only real work for his team, to be honest. And even 1.9k is not that much damage to write home about. So Colin, he's a very strong heavy tank player there for B Gaming, obviously having a good time on Himmelsdorf and uses Jam Power. The top damage dealer overall for B Gaming in general has managed to put up a pretty good score there as well. Poor old Muller with 0 damage dealt. Didn't even get to fire a shot in the end, but he'll be happy with the win, I'm sure.
Yeah, there we go. I think he will. And yeah, Chippy in that Kranwagen, 700 damage. And again, those E100s that TCZ pick week after week after week after week after week, you'd think that they'd be getting to use them a little bit better. But it just seems like every now and again there's just a random win, and they think, oh yeah, we won with it. Let's pick it some more. And it just never, ever, ever works like that. It's Oh, I would love to see them try something else apart from those E100s.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they continue to fall back on it. I mean, every other team in the league pretty much doesn't pick E100s. Like, you know, you would have to think like, okay, maybe these guys are onto something. Maybe the E100's not that great. But it is just the Coalition Zoo, I guess, tactic. They're sort of tradition almost now, picking the E100s on almost every map that they can. And I dare say we're going to see a few more here when they swap over to their attacking side.
Yeah, and you want to know what the E100's win rate is so far this season?
I'm going to guess 16%.
It's played 50 games.
Okay. I'm still guessing 16.
34%.
Oh,
so
well, that's much
double.
better than I gave it credit for.
But still, 34% for a tank that's played 50 games is terrible.
Yeah.
That is terrible. It is objectively not a good tank. I mean, it doesn't have the armor to ricochet enough. We rarely see any ricochets out of it. It's not like a mouse where, you know, you can even rely on the turret angle, the side of the turret to get some ricochets. The gun is so unreliable. You know, you miss one shot and you're just stuffed. Like, there's too much wrong with the E100 to pick it, I think.
I think it has its place, but you can't continue to fall back on it. It needs to be sort of like a bit of a curveball. Teams are just prone to expecting it against Coalition Zoo, really. And, you know, by that point, it's kind of, you know, not such a big deal anyway. So let's have a look at the tank picks here and see whether or not it is going to be the E100s again for Coalition Zoo. And yes, it is.
There we go. They are going to be going with the 3 E100s this time. There you go. So, again, trying to make those work against B Gaming here this time. On the attack, they have got the T10s. I don't mind the T10s. I actually do prefer the WZ111s myself because I just like it more. But overall, apart from that, pretty standard lineup there from B Gaming. They have got the IS4, so opting for that one instead of another 113, something a little bit generally sturdier, I guess.
Alrighty, well, time to get underway here on Himmelsdorf. And, well, the Coalition Zoo obviously have a bit of thinking to do. So why don't we do a bit of thinking with the Coalition Zoo, see what's going on in the brain of Madhouse.
It's going to be today. It's going to be today.
And they're caught out. You know?
You run it for 2 years and eventually they'll think you'll do something different.
Yeah, they'll be like,
then
nah,
you
they're going
don't.
to do something completely different. There's no way. They've lost every time over this time.
Yeah.
Right? So they must be doing something different this time. Today's the day.
And then you knock over that poor joke.
Shit happens.
And little do they know.
You're my cover runner. Joke, don't get stuck on this. Don't.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I
god.
That's
Oh my
memes.
god.
That's my bad.
Fuck's sake.
That's my bad.
One job.
Hey, look, they
Wow.
didn't do any damage.
Oh.
Yeah,
I was
that's
trying to
fine.
jiggle so that I slowed down a bit, not too much.
You just need
Gorilla,
to
here
turn
comes the grill shot.
Yep, he's fired. Good. That means I'm alright.
It's me, Gnomes.
I wonder where the 1390 is going to be. Oh, dude, intuition was triggered again. Fuck, I am so
Why?
triggered.
Why are you so triggered, dude?
Yeah, it's always so triggered.
So,
switching back and forth.
Robbie, you go left. Robbie, you go left.
Left,
Left, other way, other way, other way, other way.
The other left.
Left.
There's no IS4.
Oh man.
Left, hold up your hands, Roby, and put an L in both hands.
L stands for learning.
Corner or stopping over here?
Mad's just getting on the cap. Gonna see if I get lit. Well, what? What the fuck?
Was that
Kinda.
HE?
My
They're trying
six
to
cents
HE.
didn't go off though.
No, they're just trying
Yeah.
to HE splash me. From the window.
From. But
Ooh,
they can't.
nice, good shot behind.
Oh, the
I
1390's
got
right
lit
there.
now.
Yeah.
What?
What's shooting you?
IS4.
Yeah, probably S4 from the corner, from
Yeah, it
the
was.
thing.
It was.
You
Oh,
just
God.
gone to my left.
1-3 is
Oh,
on
yeah,
us.
yeah,
On
yeah,
us.
the,
A100s.
It's fine, it's fine. Just get hold
Robbie,
in.
you're supposed to be on that corner.
No, then they all
Oh,
come out to me.
I'm aiming at that 50B.
Have they committed past?
Mad, no.
He's my wreck, he's my wreck.
Alright guys. 50B?
Here comes the IS4. Joke, let's just
Yeah.
gank this guy. Just go on.
Girl.
Oh, That's bad mojo.
I'm pushing in.
Alright,
Yep.
I'm coming as well. I'm coming as well.
Coming for the
The
T10.
grill's so low.
I'll just go for the grill off the bat.
Okay.
Oh no, he's safe. He's safe.
Yeah, just
Grill's
fuck
too
up this fuck up
safe.
this 1-3. Oh, that's
Alright,
nice.
reverse
Oh,
mad,
stop
reverse mad,
moving.
reverse
Oh,
mad,
fuck.
reverse mad, reverse mad, reverse mad. And I can block.
Chippy.
I'm trying.
Nice. Nice. Good trades.
Alright, I'm going round. Have you
clipping.
got any rounds pack? Or should
No,
I
I'm
wait?
clipping.
Alright, let's 3 pack.
And what I'm hearing there from the Coalition Zoo, Alex, not just the banter, but also the comms seeming to work pretty well for them at the moment, and they're actually having a pretty decent time in this fight. They have the HP advantage, or very slightly they do, but they do need to be getting these B-gaming tanks off the field because they definitely have a gun disadvantage. I think Pac-Manius in that 50B is just about to be off the reload, but what's going on here? Okay.
Oh, it's swapped over to Joke there, and we can see that he's just about to take down Usashan Power, though Pac-Manius gets a kill instead. And at this point, B-Gaming with 4 tanks left, TCZ with 3, but that AMX 50B and the E100 of Joke
Nice.
have a lot
Pac-Manius
of help.
absolutely is doing fantastic
Yep.
work in that 50B.
Yep.
He got 3 kills out of that 4-clip autoloader, and that's what he needed to do with that reload. He was the linchpin there for Coalition Zoo to be able to win this game, and now they have a very good chance. Riku Sam looks like he's still on the reload. He's probably a one-shot for Pac-Manius once Pac-Manius is off the reload, and the longer Joke survives here, the better and easier this clutch is going to be for Pac-Manius.
Yeah, absolutely. Joke, he needs to try and ricochet maybe one more shot. There we go. That is it. And he should be able to ideally try and get this shot off.
Yep.
Does go through, actually. Good little shot there from Joke. Not going to ricochet the next one, and now it's just down to Pac-Manius.
Yep,
He has
he's
2
up to
shots left. He should be able to close this one out with ease.
Yeah, should not be any issues here for him. He's been tracked, but that's not going to be a big worry for him. T4, he just needs to make sure that he doesn't mess up any of these shots. Please don't shoot the turret of the 113.
Yeah.
That's good. He's got so much HP to play with here. He knows exactly what he needs to do. And, well, one shot, that's a very low roll.
Super low roll.
So, there we go. Luckily, he managed to connect the second shot, and Pac-Manius is going to feel pretty good about that one because he hasn't been able to do much damage at all so far yesterday. But he gets a bit on the board there today, and really good stuff from him, and really good stuff across the board there from Coalition Zoo. It did get pretty close. They were cool under pressure, though, particularly Pac-Manius, and they got the job done.
Yep, absolutely.
They
Well
got it
played.
done, Alex.
They got it done. They got it done.
Yeah.
Yeah, well played to TCZ in that one. And I think what we heard from their comms that they were exactly pretty chill, pretty cool under pressure.
Yep.
And I think when Madhouse was saying, oh yeah, let's gank this IS-4, that was a big moment there for TCZ because those 2 E100s
And the grill, as soon as they
and
spotted
the
the grill, you heard the
1,500
grill,
damage.
1,500 damage. Bam.
That is when those E100s actually work. When you can make that happen, you know, like if there's tanks that you can fire at that you don't have troubles going through or aiming at or getting aimed down at, then the E100s work,
Yeah.
right? It's when they're in the kind of all-out brawls and they don't quite have enough gun depression to fire down at the right places at enemy tanks. That's when they don't work.
Yeah.
But just like that, that's yeah, a solid win from TCZ.
Well, let's have a look at the replay there and find out how they went about it. The E100's working out in this sense. I liked this play from Coalition, so you could hear Joke telling Madhouse to back up. I can block for you, and you know that's just another little bit of team play, which is something that's sometimes underrated. Perhaps Roby caught out on his own here, under a bit of pressure, but soaking up a fair bit of damage, and in the end, guys from Coalition 2 were able to get the job done.
Yep, there we go, and it was definitely a job's a good un job as well. With Joke in the E100, look at that. Not often that we see an E100 with 4K damage, Jordan.
No, and not often it's from the Coalition Zoo either, unfortunate as it is to say. But good stuff from Joke. He's put up a big damage number there, 3.8k. Pac-Manius also with a pretty good result, 2.5. And, you know, it's not surprising to see so many B-Gaming players here up on the top scoreboard because they had to chew through so much E100 HP. But, you know, in the end, Coalition Zoo were able to use that HP as they needed to and get the win.
There we go. So in the bottom half of the stats, we do see that even Madhouse dealt 2,000 damage. Very rare that we see the bottom half with so much damage as well, but there we go. And Til Matil in that IS-4 only dealing 1,000. And again, Til, look, I would really much rather see him on that Tier 8 tank. But B-Gaming obviously made their decision a little bit earlier on this season. I'm not sure whether it was Til's call or whether it was the rest of B-Gaming's call that he should go onto the Tier 10, but I do not think it's worked there. And look, TCC, they were rough in the first half, doing that very passive defensive hold on Himmelsdorf there, but you know, look, a solid TCZ E100 push through the banana.
Yep.
It is as stock standard as you get. Like, there's really not...
I mean, in reality, B Gaming probably should have been better set up to defend against that. Like, they should have had people spotting the cross, shots into the cross.
Well,
we saw they got
thing.
shots,
we
but
saw
not
that,
enough.
Yeah, they had that in a way. But the issue for them was that they just didn't connect those shots. We heard from the TCZ listening while they were crossing. Oh, look, they've missed all their shots so far.
Into the wall.
We haven't dealt any damage.
They
haven't
crashed
dealt any
into the
damage.
wall and sat still.
Exactly.
And couldn't move.
So that was a real error there
Yeah.
from B Gaming.
Yeah, it definitely was. But I tell you what, we're not going to be seeing on mines. That's E100s. Highly unlikely that even Coalition Zoo will be picking that one. Perhaps a mouse from B Gaming on the defense.
Love to see a mouse.
But moving on to mines here, Prokhorovka and Muravanka as well. These are more the open maps that we've been talking about. So see how Coalition Zoo goes on those. Typically, at least last season, they were a little bit more comfortable on the city-based maps. But to me, it feels like they've actually started to work quite nicely on the more open maps this season with the STRV on Madhouse. He's been a pretty impactful player, especially on Prokhorovka. So
yeah,
we do have some interesting rounds coming up throughout this series.
Yeah, Madhouse he's a gun on the STRV. There's no doubt about it. And you know, if anyone out there in the audience today is a keen S-Tank player, it's what we refer to the STRV as, then definitely get a pen, get some paper, and jot down some notes, because there are not many better STRV players in WGL APAC. I think even from the actual top teams, I think if you compared Madhouse's S-Tank play, it would be right up there. So I'm definitely excited to see that, but I think on mines, probably not going to be seeing it unless they want to use it in place of the grill.
Yeah, we have occasionally seen an S-Tank in mines. You know, it's a possibility. It's definitely a possibility. I'm feeling a little bit more confident about B Gaming on mines than I did on Himmelsdorf, though. I think they're going to have a bit of a better time there. So hopefully, at least for Coalition Zoo, they'll be able to pull something off and keep this at a 1-1. If it goes to a 2-0, that's when B Gaming obviously is going to start to pull ahead. The momentum's going to be in their favor, and I think they might be able to close it out from there out. But if we see another 1-1, then it's still kind of up in the air for me.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, well, if we do see another 1-1, then, you know, wouldn't be surprised to see this series go all the way out to a 5-4, because if they're just going to go 1-1 on each map, I think we just saw there that TCC, they're not having a bad day either. B Gaming, I mean, that wasn't necessarily a throw from them, but they just got overpowered by those E100s. You know, whenever we see an E100 with 4K damage, that team is always going to win. I think it's as simple as that.
Yeah, definitely. So, thoughts? What do you think? 2-0 B Gaming on mines, or 1-1? Or 2-0 for Coalition Zoo?
Tricky. I think... I mean, it's B Gaming. There was B Gaming in mines. I'm going to take a look at my stats, Jordan, because, you know, I do actually sometimes trust Jordan's stats here. And I think looking at the stats on mines, we can see 50% win rate for B Gaming on the attack. Coalition Zoo, potato, so 1-1.
Wow, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the 1-1 here as well. It's going to be tough for B Gaming to pick up the 2-0. I mean, we've seen them still not looking fantastic overall. I mean, I know Himmelsdorf on the defensive side isn't really their bread and butter, but still, again, even yesterday against Dark Horse, overall, they just didn't seem to be 100%. They didn't seem to be back to their, you know, well, 100% really from what we saw from Season 1. So it's hard for me to predict that we see anything more from them here, even though Mines was such a good map for them last season. Last season on B Gaming, I would have just been like, yep, this is a 2-0. But
yeah,
now it's just, it's too much, too hard to call.
It's tricky. It's very, very tricky. But look, I think it is going to be down to how these teams play. Are we going to be seeing any early rushes for that hill? Are we going to be seeing perhaps a lot more of a defensive play from both of these sides? Let's take a look at the tank picks first off. And we have got an arty piece here for B Gaming. I like B Gaming's lineup, actually. I like TCZ's. B Gaming, they've got that arty. Big damage arty, the M40, M43. They've got the Kranwagen as well, which I think, to me, says that they're going to be going for an early hill push. Kranwagen should be great up on that hill. On the mines. TCZ on the other side, they've got the STRV, they've got that S-Tank, it's going to be Madhouse driving that one. And it's pretty standard stuff aside from that. But as long as they use that STRV well, then, you know, B Gaming, they're going to have to watch out for it.
Yeah, Madhouse is sitting up in the A3 area of the map, the typical tank destroyer spot in what would be a pub game. Maybe a little bit further back than you would expect from a tank in the WGL, but it is a good spot to watch for the rotations from B Gaming, and this is a very aggressive early start for the Coalition Zoo, pushing forward and not really being punished for it at all. They haven't taken any shots on the cross just yet. Now Pac-Mania's the last final straggler, having a little bit worse of a time. I think that's Loader is damaged. Hard to read.
Yeah, Loader. Anyways, he's repaired it back up, so he is all right now. But some more shots actually coming out, and honestly, TCZ they really would have wanted to. Oh, there we go.
Oh, and they're unspotted as well. T4's not having a good time. Eventually, Roby does get spotted out there, but not a bad start there for Coalition Zoo. I think that B Gaming probably a little bit worse for wear after that one, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think they're looking good after that one, but right now we do see Happiness there in the bat chat moving down the hill. He did pull off a little bit of a boost up and down. This is a good position for B Gaming to have an artillery piece in, so that now TCZ, now that they're getting that cap pressure on, B Gaming can just fire a few arty shots down in towards there, and as soon as T4 or maybe even Riku Sam wants to spot out those TCZ members in the cap, or that single member in the cap, then it's just a matter of Colin getting that shot. As you can see, the M40, M43 not the most accurate arty. That is where the shell could travel all around that circle there, which is obviously a lot larger than a single tank.
Yep. T4 should be able to spot out Krazib. Just needs to get his little turret peeking over there. That's where the spotting location is, or the... Yeah, it's hard to explain in this sort of thing. There's a good video you should watch if you want to know how the spotting mechanics work. Basically, there's lots of different points on the map, and you have 2 points on your map which you can spot vehicles from, and you have, I think, 6 points on your vehicle which you can be spotted from. So it's a little bit of a difficult situation to understand, but it makes sense when you have a look into it. Pac-Manius, though, starting off nicely. T4 goes down. Coalition Zoo with a nice start here on Mines, I gotta say. I think they're in pole position to close this one out.
Well, they have to be tricky, have to be careful, because Colin in that M40, he just hit a 740 damage shot on towards Krazib there in the cap. And yes, B Gaming have lost a tank so far, but if we actually look at the HP, it's only about 1.4 thousand in Coalition Zoo's favour. So by no means over just yet, and B Gaming, they're kind of positioning for a move right now. They've got Happiness up here near Madhouse. If he can get behind Madhouse, then, well, the captain of TCZ will be in a lot of trouble.
Oh, Chippy.
Yeah,
doesn't want to be seen by that artillery, but not really a problem considering Riku Sam takes him down. And you're right, that was a free kill there for B Gaming, and that's really allowed them to get right back into this match now. Bit of a mistake there for Coalition Zoo.
Yeah, well, now that's completely evened up the score. And it's with the TVP very low as well, and that Batchat AP quite low. TCC going to have to be playing this one very, very cautiously, and I don't really think that Madhouse has had too much of an impact so far.
No, absolutely none, I'd say. Done anything.
A little bit unfortunate. And he hasn't actually got the camo net, which is interesting. Taking a look at his equipment.
And coded optics as well is interesting, considering, typically speaking, in an S-Tank you're going to be... Well, actually, you know what? I think the S-Tank kind of moves around a little bit more than most TDs, because you have to actually turn the entire hull to aim. So maybe you can't, when you kind of think about it, the coded optics make a bit more sense.
Well, yeah, that makes complete sense, because of course any time that STRV wants to, turn its gun at all, it has to move the tank, therefore getting rid of the bonus applied by camo net
or binocs. I was more talking about binocs, but
I don't mind binocs, because you're not really going to be moving your tank until you spot people. But
that's true. Anyway, I'm sure there's a lot of discussions that can go on about what the best equipment is on the S-Tank. Mad spotted out here. It's not an easy shot to hit a tank like that. No. So I'm not surprised that Riku Sam's just decided to save the shots in his clip there.
I mean, look, if you're not an auto loader, or maybe if he was even spotted, then
yeah, like if you're an Object 140 or something like that, then sure, have a crack. But
have a crack.
Or a 113 even. But not in an auto loader, no.
So right now we do see that TC's... Oh, Happiness, they're getting a good shot onto Krazib. 2 good shots onto Krazib. Krazib just wanted to take those ones, and he's just kind of driven up the mountain there.
Yeah.
liking B Gaming's positioning a little bit more here.
They have got good control across the map.
Yeah.
Happiness is spotting towards the north there, which is nice. And it's really tough here for Coalition Zoo to make any moves without getting spotted out. You can see that starting to pay dividends, really, for B Gaming. They've managed to actually put a lot of damage into the Coalition Zoo here. Joke has spotted out Riku-Sam in that Kranwagen, but the Kranwagen basically denying the cross here for those 113s when they're trying to gain control of that hill.
Yeah, there we go. So 113's not going to be able to get up the hill, not going to be able to pressure those bat chats up the top either. Very, very tricky position that the Coalitions have found themselves in. And well, B Gaming, they have not taken damage for the last like 4 minutes, I want to say. They're still sitting on 8.1 thousand, which is well, not good at all for TCZ. They've started this one off well, but it's really starting to fall into pieces now for them.
It definitely is. And the problem now with the S-Tank is that they can't really push in as easily because the S-Tank's not going to be so good at that. Nomad here is... Oh my word! He just got absolutely wrecked by Colin. And, well, I think that's pretty much the nail in the coffin there for Coalition Zoo. My neck is a little bit sore, my throat after that.
Yeah.
But, wow, boy oh boy, I did not expect to see that coming out.
Yeah, and you know, whenever you're already just TD, oh my goodness, Yusha Shampar taking down Roby1 Kenobi again. That is not looking good there for the Coalition Zoo, and there's no chance that Mr. Madhouse is going to be able to 1v6 this one, so it will be a B Gaming win here on Mines. Look, it's tricky for TCZ when they start off so well, but then they just completely throw it away, and you know, for no good reason either. They could have pushed past that 2 line. They could have pushed all the way into the...
Oh, good shot from the Artie, I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I'm not so sure what the situation was when Chippy actually got taken out. I wasn't looking at how or what he was doing. All I saw was that he just died. So I'm not sure what he was doing, but if he had have survived, then this was such an easier game for Coalition Zoo. Like, they had the tank advantage. They could have played a little bit more aggressive. But once he was down and B Gaming, it was back to basically even. Obviously, that defensive sort of a setup that B Gaming had was just so much more difficult to crack here for Coalition Zoo.
Yeah. It looks like B Gaming, even though they have 6 tanks left, they're playing this one very cautiously. Like how Colin even moves after every arty shot. And there's no one but an S tank left alive. So, going up. He gave it a good crack, did Madhouse.
Yeah, well.
Good on him, but not going to be enough. Anyways, so B Gaming 2-1, leading after that one, and I think TCZ. Oh, it's just a shame when they show such promise early on and then throw it away. They should have pushed in, I think, through like right through the coast on towards the flag.
Would have liked to have...
I
I wasn't really a fan of the STRV in that situation, you know. It didn't really do anything. I think an extra bat chat on the field there for Coalition Zoo or a TVP even...
Not wrong.
...would have been much, much more useful.
Not wrong. I think if with another bat chat there, or honestly even just like another 113 or something, they AMX50B even, they would have been able to make something happen. But once they'd got that control, once they'd moved into that position down the coast, it was just strange that they didn't try and use that at all, because they moved into that position and then they rotated 2 of their tanks back to get fired at and head up the hill.
Well, let's have a look at the replays here and see where the problems lay for Coalition Zoo there. Krazib wasn't doing much. I mean, he was getting reset pretty easily. Pac-Manius getting a good kill early on. But this was, well, yeah. Like, poor Nomad. Artie is fair and balanced. That's all I'm going to say about that one.
It is. You're taking words from Bowl, mate.
You know what? I agree with Bowl. I agree with Bowl. Anyway, Yusha Shampar doing a good job for B Gaming again, sitting towards the top of the scoreboard. No surprises at all.
Colin 1120 in the M40, dealing 2.6 thousand damage.
That is what happens when you one-shot a bad AP. That's like 1600 free damage. I think it's 1600 HP on a bad AP.
Yeah, so. I mean, he got the bad AP. He got like 750 damage in one shot towards a 113 that was on the cap. Like, there's, you know, almost that much damage.
Yeah, pretty much. And he got the shot onto Madhouse as well.
Yep, and that's it. So, just like that, that M40 really paying dividends there for B Gaming. And it is always good to see an Artie kind of come big in these games in WGL APAC?
Well, maybe for you.
Yeah, for me.
I don't like it. Chippy there, only 290 damage done in his TVP. That's, you know, where we wanted to see a little bit more damage coming from.
Yeah, 100%. But at the end of the day, there was just way too many tanks on B Gaming left alive at the end of that one. I think TCZ only managing to take out one. Really unfortunate. So.
Alrighty, well, Coalition Zoo going to be moving on to the defensive side of Mines here. I think that's going to work out a little better for them. They are going to be able to plop that STRV down in a position to actually do something as opposed to sit back there and do nothing pretty much all game. So that's useful for them, I think. But yeah, look, they didn't look too bad there on Mines. Like they had chances to pick up a win.
Yeah, no.
B Gaming obviously were able to pull it off in the end there, but I don't think this is definitely a foregone conclusion by any means.
I agree. They did show some promise there on Mines. I liked their decisive push early on. I liked how they did kind of take it to B Gaming and put the pressure on from a very early stage of that match. I think if they can do that on the defensive side, then they're laughing, because B Gaming on the attack here, again, historically they've been good on the attack, but I don't think today's B Gaming is going to be too great at that. So it's going to be an uphill battle for B Gaming, but I mean, ending that one with 6 tanks still alive shows that they've still got some mines in their belt.
Do we see an artillery coming out again here for B Gaming on the attack?
I don't think so. I don't really like the arty on the attack here on mines. It's just, I mean, you need a tank to actually push in. And
well, I can make a good argument for the artillery here. Like, there's a very good chance the S-Tank's going to come out for Coalition Zoo.
Even if,
you know, you pretty much know where it's going to be. You can pre-aim that area, fire a few random shots in, maybe.
Yeah, but the one area that I'm thinking that the S-Tank is, where the grill is, it's you know, in front of a rock. So it's very, very hard to actually get that arty shoulder hit, depending on what artillery you're using, of course. But
Conqueror gun carriage.
Conqueror gun carriage.
Yes. What could go wrong?
Nothing.
Nothing. It hit. Every shot hits.
I would love to see these teams pick a Conqueror gun carriage.
We saw it once last season, remember?
Really want to see
and
it.
It was on Mines. I don't think we'll see it. I don't think we'll see it. Maybe an SU-14 from Coalition Zoo? That was a joke, by the way. Because they picked that, and they used it as the shield on Ruhlberg. Come on, Alex, you're a bit slow tonight.
A little bit. It's too hot. But anyways, the SU-14, I would love to see that. But the SU-14 too. I've actually got a very high win rate in my SU-14 too. I'm quite good at it.
I think you're good, but you're not.
No, I am.
Alright, well, you might be a good guy that could probably put up a shield wall. Like, I think you might be good at that.
Yeah, I could do that.
Because it just involves dying. Which you seem to be very adept at doing these days.
Rushing in and dying.
Yeah.
So, I'd be perfect at that.
You would be.
You see, there you go. We've just found a role for me on a WGL team.
Any WGL
I'm a free
teams,
agent, lads.
You can email me. My email... I'm actually not going to give my email on the stream. That might be a bad idea. But email me. Hit me up.
You can email me.
I'll forward you to Alex.
I'm elfishguysfan@gmail.com.
That's not an email.
I think it is.
Let's have a look at the tanks here for mine, so
make
you don't have to talk about us rubbishing on about stuff anymore. And there is an S-Tank. There is no artillery, though, for B Gaming.
Oh, we got the WZ. B Gaming going to be going with that Tier 9 heavy tank there in the WZ-111, which I do quite like. They're going to be going with the Skoda T50 as well, which I'm never a big fan of the Tier 9 Skoda. Feel like it does too much. But anyways, who knows? I think in terms of win rate, the Skoda T50 is sitting on, what's it sitting on? Around about 50 from memory?
Have we even seen it? I don't know. Anyway, we're getting into the game. B Gaming with a pretty good chance to pull out quite far ahead in this series at 3-1. Oh, Chippy's going for the cross. Oh, big shot right into the side of Super Hiroshi. That's exactly what you want to see out of your T49. He needs to make sure he doesn't get punished for this, and, well, he takes a bit of damage in response. Unfortunately, he hasn't done all that much module or crew damage to Super Hiroshi, or if he did, it's instantly been repaired here by Super Hiroshi. So,
I mean, that's a good result, though. I think that's definitely
I
a good
think that's a reasonable trade for the T49.
Yeah, I mean, and they didn't even trade the T49, so yeah, worth in my books. But right now, we do see B Gaming, they have got control of the hill. TCZ not really wanting to contest that, just wanting to make it a bit of a pain for B Gaming with that T49 there, and they are kind of holding the hill with Crazy up there as well. And Madhouse is sitting all the way back in that S-tank looking over towards the hill, so it's not going to be easy for B Gaming to push down over it. And for now, two of these TCZ members just pushing down the coast. I think, yeah, I would actually like to see TCZ do a kind of one flag push through with those bat chats instead. Catch B Gaming off guard like he all do on mines.
Super Hiroshi for now is just pushing up that one line, spots out Nomad, decides he isn't too interested in that. I'm surprised at least a little bit that Pac-Manius is so far forward. I think what he's doing here essentially is just denying the boost from B Gaming. Like, no one can do the boost when there's an E100 lurking there. There should be 750 damage in your side when you're up the boost.
Yep, 100%. So Chippy there is also going to be moving up again in that T49 as Madhouse actually. Not too sure where he's been shot from, but someone's just found a shot on towards Madhouse. And as we scale down the mountain there.
Yeah, I think he's sort of just being blindsided, to be honest, by B Gaming here, who, you know, like I said, it's fairly obvious where that S-tank is going to be sitting in, to be honest.
I guess.
But anyway, now might be not a bad time to have a listen in and see what B Gaming are going to be doing, because at the moment, they're kind of just trying to figure out what's going on here for the Coalition Zoo, how they're going to push. So let's jump into their team speak and see what's going on.
一発でやれるかって言ったら
後ろになんかいるでしょ。で後ろをなんか上から牽制して、PVP で牽制して、ダブル Z かなんかに入れさせて。
じゃあバット2両とシェゴダでこれやってもらおうかな。
引いて後ろ
2枚。
あ、でもバット西に2両いるのか。
僕ちょっと触るわ。
西2枚いる。
とりあえず。
ここでいいや、ヒロシ。
うん。
バットありますよ。
で、1114もこっち来て。
1114。俺、PVP ここで、ここ、E100 に対して有効性が微妙だから、ここ狙うのでいいと思うんだけど、微妙かな。
これ打つのがいいんですか？
ここに打たれないところにね。
もう丘上誰もいなくなるからシコダ残してるけど。
残ってた方がいい。
シコダあそこにいて。
うん、見えなくなる。
バレた。
バレた。
見えっぱの方がいいよね。
See B Gaming at the moment just starting to rotate around through the northern part of the map. Riku, Sam, Haponis, Colin as well, making their way in towards that town. So it seems like B Gaming more interested over that side of the map, not too keen to contest the beach here. And we'll see how Coalition Zoo is going to go about defending that Madhouse early on the rotate as well.
Yeah, there we go, Madhouse getting the rotate happening, I think. It'll be interesting to see whether he can make that really work for him. But now Pac-Manius is in actually a little bit of trouble here as B Gaming pushing around, maybe trying to catch him out. No, might be just a little bit too far forward here in that E100, but Madhouse has now arrived to protect him out. So B Gaming, now they can't be too careful, or can't be too aggressive.
No, they do not want to be running into that E100. They take a couple of shots from him. Things could prove to be a little difficult for them, but they do have a HP advantage here, so they have a little bit to play with. Oak is going to take a big shot of damage from the WZ-111. Lots of alpha on that tank.
Yeah, absolutely. That WZ-111 does work. Colin in that one, and we do see Happiness in that batch at 25T there as well. Thought he's going to get pushed up, but he's obviously not, because he's not moving. Towards that boost, Ricochet maybe wanting to go for the boost, but deciding not to. As that E100 is still in the area looking towards it, but look at this, on the other side of the map, Nomad and Roby1 Kenobi, you can see them making a bit of a move for it.
Yeah, Super Hiroshi spotting them out though. B Gaming not so sure what they want to do here, kind of just running backwards and forwards across the map, and Coalitions who have done a pretty good job of getting control across the map. They're really starting to starve B Gaming of places that they can be safely, although Nomad and Roby moving back there a little bit is going to free things up just a bit for B Gaming, so they have some more options now. Still a very, very slow game here from B Gaming. They've got 4 minutes left on the clock, so it's still enough Oh, that's not great. Happiness, oh, who was it? T4 actually losing his ammo rack a little bit there. It should get repaired quite easily. But obviously that's a repair kit gone.
Yeah, only on 657 HP as well as Mr. T4. But look at this, Gaming, they've rotated back to their spawn and now they are pushing down the coast. It's looking like they want to pull the trigger here on TCZ. And TCZ, they don't have many tanks left on those coastlines. Roby1 Kenobi and Nomad, or the Romad crew as we call them, in trouble.
My concern here is that Happiness only has 3 shells in the clip, so he needs to make all of those count. Nomad probably needs to get out of here. He's been ditched by Roby, and well, it's not going to work out too nicely for him. Happiness should get the final shot here, and he does. Riku Sam has a couple shells left in that clip, and that's right, 2 tanks down. Roby and Nomad, both the tier 10 Batchats. There's only 1 left now for Joke, and Coalition Zoo on struggle streak.
Yep, on a big struggle street right there, and I think Joke here in that batch at 25T is going to be trying to do all that he can, but you know, they haven't taken down any of the B-Gaming tanks yet, and they really need to have. B-Gaming 3 minutes left, they should have enough time to push through and eliminate TCZ now. Just have to be a little bit careful that they don't give any tanks away on the cross, but it looks like with TCZ's tanks retreating, there's not even going to be many of TCZ to guard off that cross. It should be an easy one for B-Gaming to make.
Good, definitely. They have a bit of a HP advantage to play with. They have 2 tanks advantage, and Usachan Power rotating around here in this TVP. He's going to come around behind all of those tanks, have a real field day. You can see all of those B-Gaming tanks with control of the beach as well. There's just nowhere for Coalition Zoo to go here. Yeah.
And just like that, Chippy is going to be able to go down very, very easily there to that TVP. And with only 4 tanks left now, B-Gaming should be able to close this without much trouble at all. No one in B-Gaming is really low apart from T4. Usachan Power trying to get focused down there. And they do manage to take out 1 TCZ, but it's just too little, too late. And you've got to give it to B-Gaming here. They played this one slow. They played this one cautiously.
Yep.
Definitely paid off in the end with a very convincing win here, which is shaping up to be.
Yep, Pacmanius goes down, Krazib to follow momentarily. There's just Joke left alive now in his Batchat. Doesn't even have a reload available, so that's not great news for him at all.
Yeah, that's not good. So, as Joke goes down, it will be B-Gaming extending their lead, I think, Jordan, to 3-2. Sorry, to
3-1.
Yeah, 3-1 rather.
3-1. So getting off to a pretty good start here is B-Gaming. Now, I said I thought it was going to be 5-3. Feels like B-Gaming maybe just have that little bit of an edge over Coalition Zoo, which they need now to possibly pull it off to a bit of a better result than that.
Yeah, possibly, I think. And, well, I don't know, TCZ in that one, they didn't look as strong as I expected them to. You know, I thought that S-Tank was going to play a lot more of an impact than what it actually did, but I guess maybe Madhouse just picking that one, you know, without having practiced too much on it, on mines, it just didn't really do much. And the fact that it got, you know, blind fired early on, that was a big issue.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not entirely surprised at all that there was blind fires going off there. Like I even said, they could pick an M4043 and take a shot at that STRV because you know pretty much exactly where it's going to be. In the end, they just opted to do it with normal tanks, and it worked out quite nicely for them anyway. So yep. The STRV for me didn't work out there. I think it's great on Prokhorovka here. It seems to be really, really strong for Coalition Zoo, and incidentally, Prokhorovka's the next map. But for mines, I think it's probably something that you can shelve.
Yeah. I think so as well. So let's take a look at some of the top players in that one. We can see Chippy getting that beautiful shot early on towards Super Hiroshi. Look, it started off TCZ well. They just did not really have a chance after that. So taking a look now at the post-battle stats, we can see that Super Hiroshi was up the top there with 3,000 damage. The TVP of Usachan Power.
It's always Usachan Power, man.
Always Usachan
Trying to pad those stats, get up towards the top there.
Don't blame him. I mean, Usachan Power, he has some pretty amazing stats, to be honest. He's 4th highest in average damage dealt.
What's his average damage dealt?
Well, it is 2,248.
He's doing a little better than that tonight. I think we've seen a 4K game out of him and a couple of those high 2K games as well. So good stuff for him, at least for the moment. And really good stuff for the B-Gaming guys overall in general there as well. Tiltimatil not doing a whole lot in the TVP, T4, a couple of shots in the 113, but overall I think it was a pretty good performance from B-Gaming on mines.
Yeah. And down the bottom there, Tiltil Matil. I mean, we talk about him. It's hard to even find Tiltil Matil on our stats here, Jordan, because he's just never really has much of an impact, I guess. And in that TVP, like again, getting 5 shots off with a TVP, you'd want more than 685 damage.
Yeah,
you know, that's what 2 and a bit shots from the clip.
2, yeah, something like that. So Prokhorovka, the next map. It is B Gaming's map pick. I think it's still a pretty decent map for Coalition Zoo, though.
I love Prokhorovka for TCC. I think.
Yeah, it's definitely Coalition Zoo's best map.
They're definitely going to get one here. I would say. Yeah. I reckon it's going to be at least a 1-1. Whether they'll get a 2-0 here against B Gaming, I mean, it just seems like with the way that B Gaming are playing now, they've really got themselves together. They're playing smart, they're playing safe, but it's working out for them. So I think 1-1 here on Prokhorovka with TCC winning the attack. That's probably how I'm going to be calling it.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. I definitely think there's a good potential for a 1-1 here. Both teams relatively comfortable on this map. Obviously, Coalition Zoo are going to be picking the STRV. I think they're quite likely to pick that tank. It's always been a mainstay for them this season on Prokhorovka, and you can understand why. So if B Gaming are going to be feeling, how they can work around that STRV, then that's when they might be able to start to pull this one to a 2-0. But they're definitely going to have to be ready for the S-tank.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, as long as they're ready for that S-tank, then, as long as they're prepared for Madhouse and all of his usual antics in it, then they should be okay. Like, against the S-tank on Prokhorovka, there's a few things that you don't want to be doing. You don't want to be letting that S-tank sit all the way at the back of the fight and just pump out damage. You need to find a way to either make sure that it's not in the fight or make sure that as soon as it joins the fight, it gets primary down and taken out. And whether that's having fights in different areas, forcing it out of cover, there's a lot of ways you can do it, but B Gaming do have to be mindful of that.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of traps that B Gaming can fall into here with that S-tank. If they push down that 1-2 line, if they try to cap that 2 flag and Madhouse is sitting up in the corner on top of that little hill, that's another issue for them. So the scouting for B Gaming is going to have to be quite crucial in this matchup, I think. Obviously, as it always is on Prokhorovka, and obviously the tank picks as well coming out here for B Gaming. Important. I would like to see an Arnie. I think they've used the artillery quite well on mines.
I like their Arnie.
Wouldn't be surprised. I mean, maybe I would be a little bit surprised to see them pick it up on Prokhorovka. They don't seem like a team that picks it up all that much, but I'd like to see it.
I actually think part of the reason that I like their artillery is because it means that no one in B Gaming is playing the Tier 8. Because I don't think Muller or whoever's been recently playing the Tier 8 instead of Tiltil Matil has been doing a very good job.
It's typically been Muller in the times that he's played. Samo's been playing it a little bit when he's been in the roster. But no one's been like the dedicated light tank player.
And so, yeah, I like the Artie in that respect if they're going to go for it. But I guess I'll have to wait and see what they're going to be going for here, Jordan. Yeah, in the tank picks first up, do you reckon we're going to be seeing any other TDs in the mix?
Oh, I mean, the grill is always a possibility here on Prokhorovka. It seems to have been shelved in favor of the STRV in most cases, but, certainly for B Gaming, where Yusashan Power, it definitely seems to be his go-to tank destroyer as opposed to the STRV of Madhouse. So I think that's a possibility. If B Gaming's wanting to take a tank destroyer, they'll be taking the grill.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. I think the grill, very solid tank on, the long open fields here on Prokhorovka. You can sit it up on the hill and really, rain damage out from a very long way away. Or down in that one line, of course, the standard one line grill trick, pop it in a bush, makes it very hard to spot. And it'll deal a lot of damage from there. But it's great to see all of these kind of slightly more recent tanks being used in the game, like the Kranwagen and the STRV 103B as well, which we're going to be seeing 2 of this game, Jordan. We have got B Gaming and TCZ going with that.
Well, that is a little surprising to me. I thought that the STRV was an unlikely pick for B Gaming, but they've opted to go for it. So interested to see where they put that. They're on the defensive side. They've got a very heavy tank lineup, oriented lineup as well. T125, Kranwagen IS-7.
Yeah, right.
So we shall see how this one turns out.
Yeah, okay. I like most of B Gaming's lineup. The T125, as you know, not a massive fan of, but so far this season, I think the T125 is sitting on around about a 45% win rate, 46%, which isn't great. That's kind of why I don't like it, but there you go.
Fan of the stats, Alex.
Yep.
Pac-Manius in the 1390 again here for Coalition Zoo. Got a spot onto T4, but not much other than that. He's going to go for a cross here on the track. Let's see if he gets punished. No. Everyone had a shot on him.
Yeah, there we go. So it's looking like TCZ going to be pushing up towards S2 flag fairly early on, and it's a good move. I think whenever there's an STRV on the other team, it instantly makes it very hard to push down that one flag, because obviously when you push down the one flag,
Yusuf Champao had a really good chance to get a shot into the side of Krazim's turret there, but he just potatoed it right into the ground. Oh well.
That's not great, but yeah, obviously whenever you try and push down the one flag with the S-Tank, it becomes very, very, very tricky to make it stick, I guess. But we can see there Madhouse trying to get the snipes happening. Not too sure what TCC are kind of going for here. They haven't put anyone on the cap just yet, but we do have the STB of TCZ. Just trying to get a little bit of a poke around down that A6 area. I think the danger here now is T4, because if T4 can come around and maybe spot that STRV...
If T4 can get around, behind Madhouse, that's going to be a real problem for Coalition Zoo. There's no backup at all for Madhouse. I guess you could argue maybe Madhouse might be able to run away. He's a pretty quick tank, but it's just going to be a lot of time when that tier 10 tank is not firing. And, you know, if T4 gets a good tracking shot or something like that, then Madhouse is in trouble. But it looks like Madhouse has opted to actually play this one a little bit safer, has decided to push his way down the hill and relocate up towards that A-line.
Yep, there we go. I think that's a pretty solid move there from Mr. Madhouse. And overall, we're not seeing any major pushes coming out from B Gaming just yet. I would like to see TCZ put their AMX 1390 onto the cap, just for a little bit of pressure. They do have these 113s set up to guard the cap, and yep, there we go. The AMX 1390 will be getting on there, starting to make that cap happen. Meantime, we can actually see that IU251 ready to push, and going to push right over these tracks, right down there. Could come through the town. The question is where this STRV goes for B Gaming, because it's not that easy for an STRV just to get up there and get into siege mode around here. So
I wonder if maybe the RU251 is going to go towards the hill instead. I think that's a crucial area of the map for B Gaming to control. It's going to allow them to get lots of spots in towards that 2 flag. It does seem like T4 is headed in that direction, but he does have a tank up in the other side to contend with, and it is going to be a medium tank. I'm not sure who exactly it is up there. I assume one of the STB1s, maybe a Batchat. Is it Chippy? It might be Chippy, actually. I think it's Chippy on the hill. So there's no way an IU251 wins against a Batchat. And yeah, it is Chippy. So as soon as T4 gets spotted out here, how many shots has Chippy's got enough? He's got enough to clip T4, and so T4's in real trouble here.
oh yeah, that is not good. But T4, well, if he makes Chippy miss one, and if he gets a little bit of help, then he could be doing well. But it's not looking like it's going to happen.
And that's the tier 8 light tank life. You run into a Batchat and you go, oh, now I'm sad.
Yeah. Bit unfortunate there, indeed. But well, I guess now we are going to be seeing some more slow pushes coming in from B Gaming down the A6 area. We are seeing them kind of duke it out of the railway. It's a bit of a head-to-head, a kind of hold-down battle between all of these heavy tanks. Overall, B Gaming very, very close in HP.
B Gaming's winning that hull-down battle. I mean, they've already lost a tank, but the health advantage is, well, it was just favoring B Gaming before that shot. It's still relatively close here. I don't think this one is all over by any means. There's a couple of low tanks here for Coalition Zoo. If they go down quickly, it's trouble, but similar situation for B Gaming.
Look, I don't know what Tiltil Matil's doing here, because he's been sitting in that F4 area for so long, and I really just don't think he's been getting any damage out. And, you know, we saw earlier that it is going to be really hard for Tiltil in that S-Tank to push over. But, I mean, look at Madhouse. Madhouse here, he's in a good position.
Yeah, these are easy shots for Madhouse.
Yeah.
Joke's 9 HP, though. It's just going to come down to who loses the tanks first. And B Gaming are under so much pressure by this cap that they need to get some sort of reset onto Pac-Manius. They've spotted out Roby. They can take down Roby, but that's not going to be the reset that they need. Only 30 seconds left still on this cap timer. They need to spot out Pac-Manius, who's just sitting in that bush, quaking in his boots. They blind fire that bush. This game is pretty much over.
Yeah, I guess so, but we do see Tiltil moving up. 13 seconds left on the cap. Otori, he's going to be moving up very, very late as well, so they can't really rely on that. Pac-Manius staying still, and 3 seconds!
They need to blind fire the bush.
1 second.
Blind fire the bush, please! They didn't
0
blind
seconds!
fire the bush! Why?
Oh my goodness!
Why, B Gaming? Why? Explain, Alex. Explain to me why. You're not going to spot him in time. You know that he's there. There's nowhere else that 1390 could be but in that bush. Otherwise, you would have spotted him. I don't know what to say. B Gaming probably should have won that.
I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, B Gaming, look, that was rough from them, and like sometimes you do just get caught up, and I know I do it in some pub games as well, where I don't look at the cap timer, or even here on the WGL APAC cast, I get a little bit distracted. Like, oh wow, it's on 2 seconds.
Yeah, no, I get
but
that.
There isn't
they knew though. They were pushing forward
for doing it in WGL. Like you said, they knew they were pushing forward. They knew that the cap was like seconds away. Why not just shoot it?
They must have been hoping that they were going to get the spot there, but like, yeah, I don't know. It's just, yeah, they needed to blind fire that bush, and it's not enough there for B Gaming. So anyway, in the end, Coalition 2 pick up a win there on Prokhorovka. That's the second sneaky kind of win. They got one on Muravanka yesterday. Anyway, let's have a look at the replays here and see how that one turned out.
Okay.
This was crucial. If Chippy had to fight another shot off, T4 would have had a much easier time up here. He wouldn't have been able to get clipped out. He would have been able to bully Chippy a little bit while he was reloading.
Yeah.
Chippy would have had to fall off the hill. There would have been a lot easier resets for BMing from the hill. But look, like, I don't understand. They had... Was maybe Tiltil on the reload, use the champ power on the reload, something like that?
I don't know.
It's hard to say. Well, like, obviously the mod didn't show it properly there, but yeah. Anyway, in the end, Madhouse got a pretty good amount of damage done in the STRV, as always on Prokhorovka. But really, when you think about it, damage doesn't matter here when the cap timer comes out for B Gaming.
Yep.
So B Gaming, even though they got some good damage numbers on the board, it is what it is. They lost.
Yeah, exactly. And you got to give a shout out to Madhouse whenever he plays that S tank, unless it's on mines. He generally does a good job, particularly on Prokhorovka here. 2.6 thousand damage in that one, and well, top damage, well deserved. 2k damage a piece for Chippy and Joke, and crazy been that 113 dealing 1402, and well, that T110E5 Jordan adds to the lose rate.
Would have loved to have heard Coalition Zoo's
comms, yeah. Oh, that would have been great.
Oh well.
Oh well. It's yeah, T4 Pac-Manius on the bottom, no surprises.
Not sure
there.
how Pac-Manius managed to do 31 damage in the 1390 without firing a shot, given that he was sitting in that bush the whole time. Like, he must have rammed somebody, but who did he ram to get 31 damage?
I don't know.
Like, did someone maybe at the very end there?
Question. No, maybe
like,
maybe he got 31 damage in the RU251.
No way. He didn't fire a shot. You could see it said 0 shots fired.
Yeah. I guess so. Maybe he just rammed.
Mystery.
No, who knows? Anyways, the mystery of the 31 damage. A book coming soon from WGL.
From Pac-Manius.
Yeah.
Anyway, I did say I thought it was going to be 1-1 on Prokhorovka. Not sure if that was necessarily the way I thought it was going to go down, though. So here for me, B Gaming to pick up their attacking win, bring it back 4-2. I think they'll be happy overall. They probably should have won that one, though.
Yeah, I agree. I think, look, not going to be easy for B Gaming to come back into this, because I do really like TCC on the other side here on the attack on Prokhorovka. They are going to be picking another S tank. They are going to be picking, you know, their kind of stock standard lineup that they've used time and time again with the S tank, with the Bat Chats, with the maybe 113 or a Kranvagen in the mix there. I think they've learnt from playing against teams like Wargaming that the Kranvagen does actually have a very good purpose here on the attack on Prokhorovka. Yeah. So if they go with those, Wargaming not going to have an easy time.
No, there's some questions here really for B Gaming. What Coalition Zoo are going to do, how they're going to deal with the inevitable STRV from Madhouse on the defense here, like how they're going to break that. I would be really interested to see how a artillery would go in this match for B Gaming. I think it's definitely something they can pick up. So, lots of questions. What's B Gaming going to do here? I mean, they don't seem to be a team that wants to pick the Kranvagen all that much. I think they would prefer to go 113s, IS-7s, even T125s.
Yep.
So
yeah, they still like their T125s. They're a little bit old school in that regard, I guess. B Gaming, which
well, the T125 is still good. It is getting nerfed next patch though. You say that, but it is pretty good.
Oh, it's got a 46% win rate. That's not good. That's bad. That means it loses more than that.
Doesn't mean it's a bad tank. Doesn't mean it's a bad tank.
For WGL, I think it's a bad tank.
Anyway, whether or not you and I think it's a bad tank, I think B Gaming think it's a reasonable tank, and they're quite happy to pick it up. I don't think it's a bad choice on Prokhorovka. Good hull down, good gun depression. If you take one, probably two is a bit excessive.
I'll give you one.
I don't think the double STB was the greatest of options.
No, that was bad.
From Coalition 2. I think you can take one STB. I don't think you can take two.
Yeah, the STB is obviously, it's got a great gun on that one, but, you know, great DPM rather. But apart from that, it's just, I don't know. It's not a Bat Chat. That's its problem. It doesn't have an auto loader.
Well, not many tanks are Bat Chats apart from the Bat Chat.
The TVP is sort of a Bat Chat.
Sort of. A little bit.
Yeah.
It's, yeah. I feel
Bat
like
Chat AP is a Bat Chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it weigh 25 tons?
It does, actually. How'd you know?
Because I had a Go Gadget factoid yesterday, which told me.
Yeah.
And the week before, and last season, a lot of times.
Yeah. You know, I saw someone in chat when a Go Gadget factoid for the Bat Chat came up yesterday. They said, "Oh wow, I didn't know that, lol."
I think they might have been being facetious.
No, I don't think they were.
I don't think anyone doesn't know that.
Educating the APAC community.
Educating the masses.
Educating the masses.
Oh
exactly.
wow. Well, I want to see what is going to happen here on the second half of Prokhorovka, because that's going to give us a better indication as to how this series is going to turn out. If B Gaming can pick this one up, they should be able to close things out pretty comfortably. But if Coalition Zoo can find a win here, we're in for probably a long haul. Let's jump into the tank lineups and see how they're going to be going about it.
Okay, so TCZ, they have got themselves an STRV 103B, no surprises. It's going to be Mr. Madhouse in that one. Apart from that, they have those two 113s, the Chinese tier 10 heavy tanks, plays a lot like a medium, nice and fast. The Bat Chats, B Gaming got the Bat Chats as well. They are going to be going with that German tier 10 tank destroyer with a big, long, most accurate gun in the game, the Griller 15, and two 113s. For a pretty well-rounded lineup. I'm liking both of these sides, Jordan. As we head into the game, it's time for these teams to show us what they've got.
Certainly is. B Gaming on the attack. We need to see something strong from them here. Shampower is probably going to be the linchpin for them. He's always been a very strong player for them on Prokhorovka. Very, very defensive from B Gaming. Apart from T4, like they've sent T4 up on his own, up onto the hill. If he finds anyone, really, from Coalition Zoo, apart from Roby, he is going to die, basically.
Yep.
And he's spotted Pac-Mania, so he's pretty much dead. Pac-Mania's is going to chase him down.
I don't think he's pretty much dead.
I think he pretty much is. Come on, guys, hit your shots. Well,
he's not dead.
What is Pac-Mania? What? That
Hold
was
it.
a little embarrassing. He
Hold
shouldn't have fired that second shot.
Right. Anyways, well done to T4 for getting out of there. I think out of all of B Gaming's like kind of sub tier 8 players, T4's the best. He's not that good, but still. But overall, I think we've got Colin in the middle there for B Gaming in at 113. He's going to be trying to get a few little shots across. It's looking like B Gaming looking to make a 1-2 flag push. I think that'll work out quite well. They do have to be careful if they do that. Madhouse is sat up in A6 in his STRV 103 BDS tank.
Yeah, this is where he was sitting last time on Prokhorovka as well on the defensive side. So B Gaming should be relatively aware of the possibility that he will be here. Now, what's going to happen when they find out Joke and Krazib? That's the real question. Are they going to commit to getting a kill onto them, or what are they going to do? Because Joke and Krazib here are going to be in pretty good positions to reset.
I think it's too hard for them. Yeah, I think it's too hard for them to fully commit to getting the kill from this area, unless they actually push all the way into the flag, and Otori with a nice little drift there. Then, yeah, I think Joke and Krazib in those 113s are going to be hard to sort of unearth, so to speak, in those hold-down positions.
They certainly are. They definitely are. But they are going to have to be something that B Gaming will deal with. Yusashan Power's in a good spot to do it, though, in that Grill 15. And obviously, he's going to be a bit of a threat for Coalition Zoo. Speaking of Coalition Zoo, boy band number 1, Roby-1 Kenobi, on our screen here. Average damage of 1,500. We do see him flexing around his tanks a little bit. We see him in E100s. We see him in Scout tanks. We see him in Bat Chats. He's got a pretty good total damage done as well, and pretty decent accuracy. So good stats across the board there for the Backstreet back. It's all right.
Yeah. I like Roby.
Do you not think he looks like he's from a boy band in that picture?
He does a little bit. It's a good picture, though. Good on him. Good on you, Roby. But, well, he's been doing a fair job in the RU251 so far. Yeah, he's not lying, but definitely gets the work done when it needs to be. Do see these two 113s, Joke and Krazib. Looks like they're trying to blind fire the grill.
Yeah, and that makes sense. They kind of know pretty much where Yusashan Power is going to be. It's a very, very common spot for that grill to be sitting in. So it makes sense for them to be blind firing this position. Unfortunately, at the moment, not actually managing to land any shots. But if they can connect 2 shots, I would say, that's going to be enough probably for Yusashan Power here, just to be a little bit scared, have to back out a bit.
And he's moving a lot. The only issue is, of course, those 113s, they really don't have a very high ammo storage in their clips initially at all. So, potential issue for Joke and Krazib, that they're not actually going to be able to spam for the next 6 minutes.
Oh, well, Yusashan Power does not miss in that grill 15. He was waiting for so long for that shot. And all that time it took Joke and Krazib to blind fire his position, he was like, all right, well, I'm quite happy to put a shot back into you. Tiltil Matil does take a shot as he enters the flag there, but now is when things start to get a little bit worrisome for Coalition Zoo. If Tiltil Matil can bounce a shot or 2 here from those 113s, and every time those 113s pop up for Coalition Zoo, that Grill 15 is going to put a shot into them. So Coalition Zoo need to make something happen here.
They definitely do. And I think... well, they need some spots so that Madhouse can actually do something. So Roby-1 Kenobi is going to be pretty crucial here. He's pushed across to the other side of the rail tracks. An RU251 of his. If he's able to get some spots across on towards maybe even those guys in the 2 line. Not sure how he'd get over there without getting destroyed, but that would be pretty valuable for TCZ. So right now we do see the timer ticking down to 1 minute. TCZ getting perhaps ready to move over that E-line, move over the rail tracks with Chippy, Nomad and Pac-Manius. Right now I'm liking B Gaming's help. They've got all of their tanks alive, all of them on almost full health. And
T4 looks like he's going to join this cap as well. That's going to really put some pressure on Coalition Zoo. He is, of course, spotted out, and they are going to be able to hit him quite easily, but he doesn't have that much cap timer set up on himself. So the reset is pretty much irrelevant here for Coalition Zoo, and all it's done is basically put more pressure on them now. They have to get the reset in 8 seconds. Another reset onto T4. That's not the one they want. They want Tiltil Matil. They're going to commit forward for it. Nomad should be able to get this one pretty easily. Still no reset. There we go. Tiltil Matil does get hit, but there's a kill already for B Gaming. They've taken down Krazib in the 113. Tiltil Matil is doing a pretty good job of actually brawling it out against 3 of these tanks. I think Nomad's on the reload now. Pac-Manius might have another shot left. Joke is taking a shot from the 113, and Tiltil Matil still alive, finally goes down to Joke there, but Coalition Zoo have lost far too much trying to get that reset.
Yeah, that was a very costly reset. Look, at least they did get it and didn't pull a B Gaming off from the last round, but with only 4 tanks remaining, B Gaming sitting on 5 fairly healthy tanks. It's going to be a very big uphill battle for TCZ, and Joke's going to have to try his hardest to not get dropped down. They need him to stay alive here. So he's one of the 3 tier 10 tanks remaining for TCZ. B Gaming, they've got 5 tier 10s left on the field. Those bat chats reloading.
Otori here using his relatively high health pool just to push forward a little bit, get some spots out. Roby1 Kenobi does get spotted. Otori the one to pick up the kill. I think Madhouse got spotted out as well, and that forced him back down below the ridge. So a good little passage of play there for B Gaming, just another advantage in their back pocket.
Yeah, look, without Madhouse actually contributing to this fight too much, there's not much of a way that that I can see Coalition Zoo coming back from this. But here we go, it does just take out the 113 off column 1120. And let's not forget that B Gaming can't really rush this.
Only 2 minutes and 30 seconds left.
Oh,
That's a
miss.
pretty big miss actually for Yusa Champao. He should have been able to take down Joke there. In the end, Happiness is quite easily able to do that. It's 2 versus 4. 2.5 minutes left though here for B Gaming. If they keep letting Madhouse tickle them with this STRV, that could cause some problems. Once Chippy's... So, okay, Chippy is off the reload. It's such a hard situation for Coalition Zoo, but I don't want to write them off just yet.
Yeah.
If this hits, then I'm writing them off. Yeah,
That's it. Yeah.
That's pretty much done. And Chippy used up, I think, missed 2 shots there. And he's going to reload. Shinozaka will be easily able to chase him down here. That's going to be that. And B Gaming should be able to close this one out.
Yep, should be a fairly simple one here for B Gaming. Look, TCC, they've given it a good little try here. Good old college try, but with Madhouse now spotted out, yeah, there's just nothing that they're going to be able to do. And, yeah. Is he even in Siege? Yeah, he's in Siege mode now, I think. Oh, and he's missed that one. It's not gone well. It's not gone well at all. Missed another.
Oh, there you go. Coalition Zoo dropping 1, and that's putting 4 on the board now for B Gaming. Match point for them.
Match point, absolutely. So TCZ, they've really got to come back from this pretty hard. 4-2 after the end of that one. And look, I think B Gaming, they played that one exactly how I'd expect them to. They were very safe. They were very cautious when they pushed in. They didn't make any silly mistakes. They just got up that one line, got up the 1 and 2 line, pushed those tanks onto the flag, put the pressure on, and just didn't let Coalition Zoo have an inch.
Yep, pretty much. It was a good performance from B Gaming. Uses Champower again for me. Crucial in the success there, but also putting that extra tank on the flag and forcing the hand of Coalition Zoo, getting T4 in the IE251 to jump on the cap, drop it down to 10 seconds. That was a crucial play there for B Gaming as well.
Yep, absolutely. So, well, B Gaming, for their sake, I am rooting for them to try and kind of close this out, because it really does feel like they need this win coming into Season 2. Yeah. They have not been looking strong, been sitting down near the bottom of the ladder. It's not been great for them. So
no, definitely not. Let's have a look at the post-battle stats here for that one on Prokhorovka, and we will see Madhouse and Yusa Champao up the top again for both of their respective teams. Still, Madhouse got a lot of free damage at the end there, where he was one of the last tanks alive, so I'm not going to really hype him up all that much. Yusa Champao did a pretty good job, though. Yeah,
Yusa Champao and the grill, absolutely doing a fantastic job there. 3.4 thousand damage dealt, 12 shots fired, and not only that, but that earlier little play from Yusa Chan where he was moving when those 113s were blind firing all around the bush, like that honestly could have been a game-winning play there from him by making sure that they can't essentially blind fire him. So well played there to Yusa Chan. At the bottom there we do see Pacmanius on the bottom with that bat chat.
7 shots fired, only 1 connected. Not great.
Pack, please. And surprise, surprise, Til Matil. Like I just don't see why Til Matil isn't in a tier 8. I'll be completely honest. It just makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know. He definitely had more of an impact in the IE251 in the 1390 than it feels like he's having in this
100%. 100%.
Anyway, that is what B Gaming have decided they want to go for here. And anyway, moving on to the next map, Murovanka.
Murovanka. Okay, well, we've got the Magic Forest in Murovanka, of course. That could be a nice place for an S-tank.
I don't think there's that many angles that an S-tank is going to be able to abuse. No, because the town there, like you can get control of the Magic Forest, but it doesn't give you that much, right?
Yeah, I agree.
You need to get control of the other areas of the map.
Yeah, fair call. We're probably not, but I don't know. I would love to see something a little bit different here from Madhouse, whether it is the S tank to try it out on Muravanka. They definitely need to try something out because 4-2 at the moment. They need to get this win. Obviously, Muravanka, it's not a map that we expect to see these E100s from TCZ that they're used to picking. And statistically, you know, let's take a look at TCZ's stats here on Muravanka. They've got 100% win rate so far this season. They're very, very good at it. So I think they've even beat the likes of Team Efficiency on it when TE weren't looking too strong. And like if they can pull that sort of a win
They did only
off
get one round yesterday on it against Karantaka, so it was 50% yesterday on
against CT.
Yeah,
not bad.
But remember, it was a pretty lucky win from them on that one. They got the cap, like very similar to what we saw there on Prokhorovka. So I'm not so sure we can draw too much into that for Coalition Zoo.
But like, I still think TCZ, they know how to win Muravanka. That much is not under question. So if they can, you know, play this one well, you know, get those Kranwagens on the board. I like the Kranwagens whenever TCZ pick them, then that should work out pretty well for them, in my opinion. Kranwagens, probably not an S-tank. Throw some bat chats in. Bob's your uncle.
Yeah, well, I would be expecting to see them pick an S-tank, to be honest. We did see it yesterday on the map against Karen Tiger. They kind of put him up near the lighthouse. I didn't feel like it was particularly effective or in reality, but, you know, who knows? I mean, it does seem to be that Madhouse just wants to pick the S-tank and nothing else. So we'll see what Karen Tiger, Coalition Zoo, decide to go for here.
Yeah, fair call. Well, hopefully Madhouse is, if he does end up locking in the S-tank, hopefully he does do some damage and make it worth its while, so to speak, which he has been generally doing whenever he's picked it, apart from on Mines, which was certainly rough. But B Gaming, probably going to be expecting a T1 10E3 from them, a little bit more of a defensive setup, maybe a 113 or 2, lots of AMX. Same X1390.
No S-tank this time. Coalition Zoo on the defense, though. They picked it on the attack last time.
Right, okay. So TCZ going to be going with the T1 10E5. They've got the Kranwagen, they've got the Bat Chats, they've got the AMX. B Gaming going to be going with the Bat Chats, Kranwagen. No T1 10E5 on the attack, which makes sense. But they have got the 113 and obviously that Kranwagen. So both sides with a pretty solid lineup overall, I think. I don't mind actually either side's lineup. I think it's going to be hard to call leading into this one. If TCZ can, you know, get their STB1 to stay in the battle for long enough, then that's going to be putting out a lot of damage on towards those Bat Chats. They just need to be careful they don't get kind of rushed early on by B Gaming, who have 5 autoloaders.
Well, Pac-Manius has sat himself down in a bush in that 1390, as he does on Muravanka.
Does, yep. And B Gaming in the meantime pushing up quite aggressively early on, actually. Got a few members in the Magic Forest, Happiness and Otori. Yusuf Shanpower is going to be in the tower. Oop.
Madhouse probably could have got a second shot in there on Muller, to be honest.
Hard to hit an RU-251 though.
Yeah, it is. Well, let's have a look. B Gaming. Yeah, it doesn't look like they want to go for that quick, aggressive strategy in towards the one flag. They are starting to explore the other sides of the map, and I'm not a fan of that. When Pac-Manius can get himself into a position where he can passive scout the entire 2 flag, it's going to be so difficult for B Gaming to crack this nut.
Yeah.
Especially if Pac-Manius has a camo net.
That Happiness has just been spotted there in the Bat Chat. Him kind of retreating back a little bit. Has to be careful. Muller in that tier 8. You know, U251 trying to make the spots happen on towards Pac-Manius as well. Overall, TCZ with a fairly stock standard defense here. There's nothing that B Gaming can really do apart from just try and spot out that that AMX 1390. Slowly work at, you know, dismantling Coalition Zoo's map control that they do have thanks to that tank. If they can get the AMX 1390 spotted, if they can get that one lit up, they can take them down. And then have a little bit more freedom to move down the southern side of that 2 flag there.
Yeah, well, that's what they really need, to be honest. I feel like they probably shouldn't even be really interested in this 2 flag at all. I think it's probably just a better idea to get back onto that 1 flag and play it pretty standard. They're already starting to bleed a little bit of damage, and this is sort of the trap that we saw Team Efficiency fall into when they played Coalition Zoo on Muravanka. They got into position where they wanted to just try and push in towards that 2 flag, and they just started bleeding damage. They couldn't figure out where Pac-Manius was in that 1390. So I just don't want to see B Gaming fall into the same trap.
Yeah. Sure. So our Madhouse just looking across, seeing if he can get some eyes on towards Muller. And all of those blind fires coming out from that TVP, as Shinozaka does actually get a shot on towards, I think, the Kranwagen of Chippy. Not too sure how Chippy's hull should be visible there.
No, but I mean, the turret's even quite easy to pen anyway, if you can hit it.
Of the Kranwagen?
Oh, sorry, I thought you were talking about Shinozaka.
Yeah, no.
No, okay, that might sound a little bit dumb.
Yeah.
Shinozaka was on the screen.
Yeah.
That's why I thought you were talking about him.
That's good, so... Ricochet one, given the look of the decals on this tank, but not too sure where the other one actually went through.
Three and a half minutes gone for B Gaming. What have they achieved? Well, they've spotted out a couple of those heavy tanks, and they've got a bit of control across the map, but it was essentially the parts of the map anyway that they were going to get control of for free.
Yeah, exactly. Look, B Gaming right now, they still haven't made much progress.
By the way.
Yeah?
We didn't see it, but he took a shot. He must have been blind fired. He hasn't moved. But if B Gaming were on the ball...
Oh, yeah, I think they're
known.
on the ball. I think they're on the ball.
Like, you can tell if the shot doesn't go through the bush.
Yeah. The only way that you can't tell is if it's like right at the range of the shell actually just disappearing.
Yeah.
I think for the AU251 is... Or might be making this up at 50 meters or something.
I feel like you are making this up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be.
Okay, don't listen to me.
Never do.
But
what? Did you just fire a shot at Happiness?
Or is he just clearing off some rubble around the cap, maybe?
I don't know.
Hope he's doing the latter. But what I'm not making up, Jordan, is that well, the Kranwagen. There's another bit of a fun fact as they're pushing in.
Yeah,
let's hold that thought.
Yeah, let's hold that thought. Chippy's made his way fast forward. I think it's into Riku-san, might be. No, it's not even. He's not even playing in this game. It's Tilted Matil in that Kranwagen 4B Gaming. Chippy is getting absolutely wrecked, but in the end, Tilted Matil is the first one to go down. Chippy is still alive. Joke and Roby-Wan Kenobi finding a killer piece, and B Gaming have just capitulated.
Yeah, wow, look at that. Great little push there from TCZ. Now, they have taken out 3 Tier 10 tanks from B Gaming, and Chippy's still somehow alive in that Kranwagen, doing a great job there. The HP advantage just about 1,500 HP to TCZ's favour right now.
Big tank advantage as well for Coalition Zoo, and B
2.5
Gaming
even.
really only have auto loaders to speak of. Muller actually getting on the cap here. I'm not so sure about that for B Gaming. Just trying to bait some guys into trying to get the reset so that those bat chats in the TVP can get shots, but I'd rather just see this RU251 actually in a position to deal damage, because at this point B Gaming need all the damage that they can deal.
Yeah, 100%. And Muller in there, I just don't think it's going to offer too much for B Gaming. And with Yushishan powered down, it's going to be very simple. Roby-Wan Kenobi just spots out the RU251. He doesn't have a camo net, and he's just going to take him apart.
Auto aim.
Auto aim. I like auto aim sometimes.
That's why you're a noob, mate.
Mate, Roby-Wan Kenobi just did it. He's a pro player.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, tell you who's not a pro player at the moment, that's B Gaming, because they just lost. Or are about to.
Yep, it is looking like that. So Roby-Wan Kenobi on the final chase down of Mr. Shinozaka there. And it's a bit of a shame for B Gaming, because I felt that they were really building up a good amount of control on the map here. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much control you have. If Coalition Zoo just decides to push into your team and you don't win the fight, that is it.
Yep, I am still not a fan of that 2 flag push. No one in APAC knows how to do it. I think they should just stick to going for that 1 flag, even if it's pretty what am I trying to say? Predictable? If it's predictable, you know, like I kind of said yesterday, I wanted to see teams trying to explore the 2 flag, but I want to see them doing it properly and winning. That is not the way that they're going to go about it, obviously. B Gaming going down in pretty spectacular fashion there to Coalition Zoo. 3 on the board now for Coalition Zoo. B Gaming have 4 still, so they can close it out here in Muravanka. But if they allow it through the tiebreaker, not good enough for B Gaming. They need to be picking up the full maximum amount of points.
Yeah, there is no reason that they should let this one go to a tiebreaker at all against TCZ. You know, TCZ, they're one of the weaker teams in the competition. B Gaming, they need these points on the board. And they really, they have the members in their team that have proven last season they're a much stronger team than this, that they would have no problem going through TCZ. And I don't think they did last season. So for this to be so close and for B Gaming to make these sorts of mistakes.
Last season it was 5-1, 5-0 to B Gaming both times they faced each other.
And this is obviously not the same B Gaming. When you hear those results, this is so far away from a 5-0, it's not funny. So B Gaming right now, definitely in the driver's seat, I think it's safe to say. But yeah, they're driving a bit of a shoddy car right now.
Yeah, driving the old school bus that's not really firing on all cylinders. But let's have a look at the replays here. We'll see what Coalition Zoo did right and what B Gaming did wrong.
And so great little push coming in here from TCZ. We can see great little focus fire on the Kranwagen. The 113, the Batchat were caught out as well. B Gaming's other tanks did not contribute to that push. So it's as simple as that, really.
Razib doing a good job in his Batchat. Might be the first time this match we've actually seen Madhouse not at the top for Coalition Zoo.
Yeah. Well, I suppose he wasn't in that S-Tank. So, makes sense, I guess.
Yeah. So, really not anything to talk about for B Gaming. A bit disappointing. Batchat, the only one there, Shinozaka, to do anything really of value. 2k damage. Like, Colin 1.3 is not much. Yeah, having a look at this, it's not a pretty sight. 2 shots from the Kranwagen, 2 shots from Happiness in the Batchat. 2 shots worth of damage at least. Muller with only 1 in the RU-251. Otori not that many, only a clip. So
it's not great. It's not great at all. So 3-4. Do you reckon it's going to go to a tiebreak?
Nope, I predicted 5-3. You predicted 5-3. Yeah, I think it's going to go to 5-3.
Fair enough.
I do think B Gaming should be able to close this one out on the defensive side. I actually thought they were going to close it out there. I thought they would be able to pull this one off on Muravanka, so I'm going to stick with that. They should be able to pull it off here on the defense. We'll probably just see Kranwagens, T125s, IS-7s, you know, that kind of thing.
Yep. I don't know if we'll see an IS-7.
Maybe not an IS-7. That might have been a bit of a stretch. A 113 perhaps instead of IS-7.
113.
But apart from that, just Batchats, TVPs, STBs are potential, but I don't think we'll probably see that from B Gaming.
No, B Gaming, not really a team too focused on the STBs, I don't think. But look, yeah, here, I mean, we predicted 5-3, but it's interesting to see how we've gotten to potentially 5-3. And I'm sure Mr. Max back in the control room will be gunning on TCZ to win this one, to draw it out to a tiebreaker, to draw it out to the 5-3.
It's not a dream.
5-4.
It's a reality. Quotation marks.
Still could be. Still could be a reality.
Well, it could be, but it won't.
It'd be so funny if it is.
I would feel really embarrassed if it was.
Yeah.
And I'm sure so would B Gaming, because to go down 5-4 after the lead that they had and coming into this one, even though they haven't had a good performance so far this season, they should still have enough to be able to pull it over Coalition Zoo. It would not be good for them to allow it to a tiebreaker and then lose the tiebreaker as well.
Yeah. Exactly. So I think, well, B Gaming here, they are in the driver's seat to an extent. They just have to play standard, pick their kind of comfortable tanks. I think they do have enough skill on their team to win against TCZ on the next half here on Ruinberg. You know, they've done it before in the past. They've 5-0'd TCZ in the past. They've 5-1'd TCZ in the past as well. But guys, let us know what you think is going to happen here in the latter half of this game on the Twitters, on the Facebooks, on the Twitch chats, on everywhere we are with the hashtag WGLAPAC, at WGLAPAC as well. Make sure we give you all the retweets, the likes, all of that fun stuff. It's always good to see when people get engaged, Jordan, with our season and with all of the other WGL seasons around the world. Of course, there are many. We have WGL NA over in North America, WGL EU over in Europe, and WGL CIS in the CIS region. Yep. So lots of great tanking action. And the best thing about it this year is that all of the English broadcasts right here on this channel.
Yeah, very easy to find.
Very easy.
The best thing about this year as well is that they're all going to be coming together at The grand finals.
Oh, the grand finals.
We'll finally get to fly the flag strong for APAC. Probably
Yes.
not, but you know, we'll give it a good crack.
Please, please, EL Gaming.
Please, EL Gaming. Not the EL Gaming we saw today.
Oh, God.
God, no.
If they played the... I'm chalking that down to Lunar New Year, and they had a holiday.
Yeah.
And they just got, like, smashed.
Still hungover?
Yeah.
No. All right. Let's have a look at the tank picks that are going to come out here for potentially what is our final round. We'll see. Big Gaming have to win this one if that is to be the case.
Okay, we've got the Kranwagen, the T110E5. So a couple of heavies in the mix, as well as that 113. Big Gaming also going to be picking those Bat Chats and the TVP and the RU251 for their lineup. So fairly stock standard, decent lineup, like the Kranwagen for a bit of hold down. And honestly, TCZ, they're basically the same, except they don't have a T110E5. They've got another 113 instead. So it's pretty similar.
Okie dokie. Well, this is what it comes down to. If Coalition Zoo can push this one through to the tiebreaker, then they can get an extra point on the board. But B Gaming are in such desperate need of those points right now that I don't think they're going to be too keen on allowing that to happen. And it's looking like it's just going to be a quick push in towards that one flag from Coalition Zoo. What I like to see.
Yep, TCZ going to be leading in there with Mr. Joke. And it's going to be down to B Gaming to defend this one out. B Gaming not in the closest position to defend it, so they have to be a little bit careful when they push around the corner of the hill there towards that one flag. But so far, TCZ haven't actually sat everyone on towards that one flag just yet.
Pac-Manius is going for his own magical journey through the forest. Living with the fairies.
Yeah.
Problem for Coalition Zoo here is that they have pretty much all been spotted. Like, it's pretty obvious what's going on here to B Gaming. So I don't think Coalition Zoo are too keen on actually committing to this kind of a strategy.
Yeah, that's the issue. So just like that, you say that, and now they're going to be rotating back towards their spawn. Madhouse, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and one more heading back through there. So Pac-Manius completes his journey through the magical forest, and we'll be trying to push out towards this 2-cap right now. Muller is in one of these bushes. Nice and well hidden. And it is going to be Obi-Wan Kenobi and Crazy going through the newly spotted Magic Forest. Otori gets maybe proxy spotted, maybe peeked over the hill from Nomad. And I think right now...
Look at how far forward Pac-Manius has managed to get, though, without being spotted.
Yep, that's good. Good bit of play there from Mr. Pac.
Maybe he got spotted, but he's not spotted right now.
A little bit dangerous for TCZ, because if B Gaming pull the trigger on Nomad and Co, then I'm not too sure if all of TCZ will be kind of ready to help out.
Coalition Zoo at the moment are just trying to sort of blind fire some of those bushes, figure out where Muller is. Haven't spotted him at all just yet. Should be clipping. Madhouse probably should be clipping before this fight starts. So we won't see a fight for another 30 seconds or so at least. Unless B Gaming actually push in and are the ones to take it, but they don't know that those tanks are on the reload.
Yeah, it'd be so good if B Gaming did decide to push in now. Of course, with those auto loaders reloading, it's always a good opportunity. But without having that information, B Gaming not going to be doing that. Just going to be playing it safe, which is not necessarily a bad thing right now. So we do see some of those tanks pushing out of the Magic Forest. Just Obi-Wan Kenobi. And I think Crazib heading back down there towards that 2 flag. So Tori's pretty happy in that T110E5. But yeah, it's good to see these Kranwagens coming out more and more, Jordan.
Yep. Like it. I like it. I can't wait for the new patch as well, just to shake the meta up even more.
Oh.
And, well, goodbye, Muller. Good little bit of shooting from Coalition Zoo. Pac-Manius does get spotted. Takes a couple of shells in return, but that's definitely a worthwhile trade.
100%. So Pac-Manius there, he's really doing his job well for TCZ, and they're off to a nice early lead, and also putting 2 tanks on the cap. This is a little bit dangerous here for B Gaming, because B Gaming can't easily push into TCZ here either, because TCZ really putting the pressure on the hill. And those tanks from the cap will be able to fire across on towards any B Gaming members that push over the top of the hill. But look at this. We're seeing the push from B Gaming.
This is dangerous for B Gaming. Madhouse has got a very good angle to deal with those heavy tanks when they push down that E and F line. It's really going to come down to Otori, Yusichan Power, and Shinozaka to get something done. There's only 10 seconds left on that cap timer. We need to see someone from B Gaming making the move here. No one is spotted still. 4 seconds. I'm losing my voice, Alex. 3 seconds.
1 second.
No
1 second. 0 seconds.
There's a reset. B Gaming have got the reset, but is it going to be enough? Pac-Manius gets a kill onto Shinozaka in the bad chat. A big trade there for Coalition Zoo. They've got 2 tanks down already on B Gaming, and they have the gun advantage, but B Gaming actually have a slight health advantage. If B Gaming can get some kills here, they have a chance to pull this one back. It looks like they've done just that.
They need to get some more kills because Happiness has just been dropped down to 400 HP right here. TCZ, they still have 5
Roby
tanks
needs
up.
to drop to Colin here. Roby definitely needs to go down. The shot is going to connect. That's a crucial kill there for B Gaming. Pac-Manius on the reload now. How many batches have we got on the field for B Gaming? Just one, but the TVP there as well is going to be on the reload. Otori, this is crucial for him to get the kill on a joke, and he doesn't. Pac-Manius in the meanwhile did go down, but that's only the tier A tank. I think Coalition Zoo might have done just enough to pull this off.
Oh my goodness. Are TCZ going to be able to pull off this attack here against B Gaming with such an amazing push on towards that 2 flag there? One of the first 2 flag pushes we've seen in APAC that's actually almost worked. Potentially has worked right now. Colin is the crucial member of B Gaming, and they need to try and take down Joke.
Well, you could argue Happiness is the crucial member as well, because he's the one that has the DPM here.
Yeah.
He can clip out Joke and Chippy in a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
So if Colin can spot them out and Happiness can get a good angle, it's a chance for B Gaming. It's a difficult chance, but it is a chance.
Yeah. With 3 minutes and 45 seconds left, that's another potential issue. Because it means that TCZ have to get on the cap. So there's lots of areas that B Gaming could come from. I like the fact that TCZ put their 2 low HP tanks on the cap and left Madhouse to spot. It's a good move. Right now, 40 seconds left. There's still way too much time for B Gaming to try and wait this one out and just get caps. They still have to take the remaining 3 tanks of TCZ out. Colin spotted.
26 seconds. Colin needs to be the one to... Well, he needs to probably ding a couple of shells here, to be honest. Like, if he's going to survive, or if he's going to buy enough time for Happiness to get into a position to do some damage here, he will need to bounce a couple of shells. They know exactly where he's coming from, though. This should be an unwinnable situation for B Gaming now. He'll get a reset, but he's not really done enough there for me. And it was obviously incredibly difficult for him to get anything done. That's a good shot from Happiness, though. So that's 54 seconds now that he has to work with. Chippy is a one-shot to a good roll.
Oh. The issue now... Oh, actually... Yeah, the issue now is just Madhouse, because Madhouse... Yeah, Madhouse can just press W.
Yeah, pretty much.
And take out...
That's exactly what he needs to do.
Look, maybe one shot might not roll high enough, but the second one should be enough to take him out. And he's got enough to lose 2, to miss 2 clips. It shouldn't be...
Madhouse is spotted. Hasn't spotted out Happiness. If Happiness can get some shots through a bush, maybe it's possible. I don't know. I don't know how he can win this. I mean, he's got a minute still to play with here. All he needs is one reset. Imagine if Happiness was able to rotate all the way around through that Magic Forest to get a reset onto the Chippy from the town. That would be absolutely massive.
That would be.
Madhouse is backed off.
Well, it won't be 51 seconds because Madhouse is just going to get back in the 1 cap.
Is he, though?
Oh, I would.
Yeah. Okay, so he is.
20 seconds, yeah, that's better.
20 seconds to play with here. Happiness needs to go. I don't even know where he is. Where's Happiness? Where's the bomb? Where's Happiness? Hello?
I have no idea. 5 seconds. He needs a reset. Oh, there he is.
There it is. He's got the kill too.
Oh, no, he's got the reset, though. He's got the reset. He just needs to back down a little bit. Whoa, the ricochet. Oh, how's he got the ricochet?
He's got to run. He's got to run. You got to bail out of here, Happiness. He's unspotted. He can theoretically get down to that A line. He could probably run through the bushes. Chippy might not be able to spot him, I don't think, if he sits below the ridge lines.
Oh.
Or is he just gonna? Or is he gonna gamble? Is he gonna gamble and sit in this one? No, that's the wrong choice. Madhouse is gonna spot him here. It's a proxy spot, and he's dead. It's gonna be Coalition Zoo win, unless Madhouse potatoes this one so bad. Oh my goodness, that was close.
Oh.
All right, TCZ, put it through to the tiebreaker. 2 tiebreakers tonight, and I feel like the next game can go to a tiebreaker as well. We're gonna be in for a long one, boys.
In for a long one. Okay.
My hair's just gone.
Yeah, I think I need to fix up my hair as well, guys.
Where's your comb? I've seen that already on broadcast once.
I'll get it out, don't worry. But anyways, my goodness me.
Indeed.
TCZ winning that one with the skin of their teeth. I mean, very, very hard.
If they had got that kill onto the Kranwagen, B Gaming probably could have won that because he could have just run away into the Magic Forest. The TVP wouldn't have been able to catch him. But because the Kranwagen was there and it was pushing so fast, there was no real option to run down that A line because he would have been spotted in that sense. So I guess he had to go for the risky gamble, try to outwit his opponents, and obviously Coalition Zoo were just a little bit too good for that.
Yep, absolutely, and they did play that one well in the end, TCZ. So props to them for that. But B Gaming in the end, look, you've got to be really disappointed when you are in a game that goes that far and you just get that close to winning it, to not drawing it out to a tiebreaker and then lose. I mean, that has got to be hard.
It's tough on both teams now. It's been a long series. Making into Cliff. I don't know who has the faster win. Guess we'll have to figure that out later. But let's have a look at the replays there on Muravanka. Are we going to see the reset? Okay, this is the initial reset. I want to see the second reset if we've got that. Because I want to see whether or not that was actually a potential kill onto the Kranwagen or if I was just getting a little bit too ahead of myself. I think he had the potential to get the shot into the side of that tank. Into the side of the turret even.
Yeah, potentially.
Yeah, here it is. This is it. No, this is just after it. Oh, yeah, it got eaten by the track.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Anyway, battle stats showing again Yusashan Power and Madhouse. I feel like a broken record.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, props, credit where credit is due. Madhouse has been doing work, and look, he normally does do work here for TCZ, but tonight has been a really massive one for him. It's as simple as that. And Yusashan Power, like you said, he was, one of our featured matchups previously, and like 3.5k damage, 12 shots fired in that TVP. That's all that he needs to do, I guess. Unfortunately, it wasn't quite enough this time. And down the bottom of the scoreboard there we see Mr. Muller. No surprises in the AE251. Dealing a grand total of 0 damage. Looks like we're going to Cliff again, Jordan.
We are going to Cliff, and I have the choice of side. It was Coalition Zoo who had the fastest round, therefore they got to choose the side here into the tiebreaker map, and they opted to go for defense.
Right. Okay, well, I don't mind that. I think Coalition's on the defense can work. Yeah, it depends how they play it. I wonder if we'll be seeing any arties here on Cliff next time. I'm just taking a look there, and a little bit of a sneak peek.
Sneaky peeky.
Maybe. Sneaky beaky.
Yeah.
But look, here on Cliff, again, very simple map to play. On Cliff, you pick fast tanks. You pick TVPs. You pick bat chats. You pick AMX 1390s, maybe a T49, something like that.
I feel like you're trying to go for like a what do you call it? Like an uplifting speech there. It started off quiet. You pick the TVP. You pick the bat chat.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
pick the T49.
And you go in. And you go in. Exactly. That's it. And that
motivational
is,
speech. That's
exactly.
what I was looking for.
And that's how you go in. That's how you play Cliff, essentially. And you just got to make sure that when you go in, your team is shot calling correctly. You just have to make sure you call the correct targets and get into the right positions to let your clip loose without being able yourself to be primaried by the enemy team. And yeah, I think if TCC can do that, then look, Rogie might be right.
Rogie might be right.
Rogie might be right.
He's the only one that can be right now. I mean, well, we can be right in our choice of who wins, which would be B Gaming, but we won't get our prediction right. So I'm crossing my fingers for B Gaming to win this one. No bias.
Yeah, well, look, I like my boys TCZ, but unfortunately, I've got to go with B Gaming as well. I did predict them to win this one 5-3. 5-4, it's not too far off, I guess, but...
It's 1 point extra, which is not... You know, B Gaming have already let that extra point slip. They really are scrounging so hard for points at the moment that it's going to cost them. It's going to really hurt them if they're going to try and make that run in towards the top 4 for the finals. So, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Well, I definitely want as many points on the board as they can get. That is for sure. TCZ, on the other hand, I mean, look, it's hard. When you start off a season like TCZ have, I think you just got to try your best, and that's what TCZ have been doing. They've definitely shown some improvements from last season, but they're probably not going to be a top 4 contender, to be quite honest, this season. I'm not really seeing them in that position unless they change something drastically. But look, it's good to see because I do feel as though they've brought a high level of competition this season. Yeah. Which is always good. You know, some of the roster changes have worked out really well. My Lion, they're coming into the team, which we haven't actually seen tonight. No. Even though he was our featured player. Yeah. But, he's disappeared. Disappeared.
Disappearing act. I don't know what he was talking to me on Discord before the match, so he's definitely around.
Maybe they're just not using it.
Haven't opted to pick him up tonight. I mean, there's a lot of players on Coalition Zoo who, you know, they swap around a lot. So fair enough. Everyone gets a crack. At it. Still waiting for those tank picks to come in here for Cliff. All important questions. I mean, bat chats, obviously. We're going to see bat chats. We're probably going to see TVPs. Are we going to see artillery? Are we going to see STRV from Coalition Zoo? They are on the defense.
Going to see E50s.
Please, God, no. Please, God.
You're like with E50s how I am with T110 E5s.
Well, at least I can, you know, feel like the T110 E5 has a purpose. The only purpose I can see for an E50 is maybe they run in there and they soak up a bit of damage that should be going over to bat chats instead. Because they have a bit of a health pool, they have a bit of better armor. I don't really see the point.
Yeah.
When you could have a bat chat AP or a bat chat.
I'd agree with you. In that regard, I mean, hopefully we don't see those E50s, but might make the prediction a little bit easier if we do.
Yeah, well, maybe. Or we're going to see something crazy from B Gaming like the mouse strategy, which we've already seen once from them.
Yeah, the mouse strap.
Didn't work.
I would love to see the mouse strap. I would love it. Give me a mouse strap any day. Give me a... Or, you know, it would be golden. And you know what actually could be legit on this map?
I'm prepared for you to say something dumb. All right, production, hang on. Get ready with the Blakey face. Okay, go.
FE4005.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Not dumb.
It is dumb.
One-shot any tank that the enemy team use.
There it is. See, it's dumb. That only comes up when you say something dumb. Why would you pick an FE4005 on Cliff?
It can one-shot anything.
It's going to be spotted from miles away.
Yeah, so...
And obliterated.
You pick an FE4005, you rush in with your other tanks, so the FE4005, you know, isn't at the front of the firing line.
Alex, there's a reason you're not on a WGL team, and this is why.
I should be on a WGL team. I'm an expert analyst. Thank you very much.
Expert analyst. Just because it's your job doesn't make you an expert. It's like me saying I'm a professional at World of Tanks. Technically, I kind of am, but not really, you know? Anyway.
Yeah, you're a professional at World of Tanks, mate.
I get paid for World of Tanks. That's the definition of professional.
There you go. Well, you heard it here first, guys. Jordan is a pro World of Tankser.
Yep.
But anyways, let's...
Notice I didn't say player. Sneaky.
One, Jordan. Anyways, let's jump into Cliff.
I think we're going crazy.
Crazy.
Crazy bee.
Crazy bee.
This is what happens when it's 30 degrees and we have to cast 2 5-4s in a row.
It's dropped down to 27, I can see there on
27. Much better.
Whew.
Okay, here we go. Oh, what do you know? No 4005s.
E50!
But an E50. At least only one of them.
Yeah. That's slightly less bad. Maybe it'll make it above 0% win rate this time. It's honestly about time it actually went above 0% win rate.
It is.
So maybe just that sake of statistics, probability, rather. It will, but who knows? I don't know. I mean, yeah, the E50 it's got a good DPM, 2.4k, 1750 HP, 185 mils of turret armor at the front, 150 mils of hull armor. But at the end of the day, my stuff is still just going to be going through it.
Alrighty, well, this is what it is. B Gaming, they need this win. Coalition Zoo, similar, need this win. So it's incredibly important, that extra point that they can get off this one. Both teams have secured 1 point already. But 1 point is not enough. Nice driving, Madhouse.
Nice, Madhouse.
Glad we got that on stream.
Yep.
That's a fail of the week.
Yeah. Okay, so interested to see that B Gaming have left a couple of their tanks, 3 of their tanks in fact, down near the spawn in that H2 area, waiting for a Coalition Zoo push to come down that 2 line. Coalition Zoo push that will not be coming.
Well, speaking of Coalition Zoo, let's have a listen in and see how they break down this tiebreaker.
From here. Hello?
Hello, we can
From
hear.
where?
Can you come up the hill here, or are they watching?
I think.
Bats. Bat chats. He's talking to bat chats.
Bat
Yeah,
chats. Can you go up the hill here, or are they watching?
I'm not
There's
getting lit when
someone
I'm
there,
poking,
so
but
they
Chippy
will
got
spot.
fucking owned when he poked.
Hmm.
Give me a shove. Oh, okay.
Not even lit.
Do you want me to come up as well?
Oh, I got lit now.
Oh, I wouldn't joke because they're pretty.
I didn't get lit.
Nah,
Shut up,
I got lit when I was halfway up and they shot at me.
You risk.
Hey,
Oh shit.
can I get
Do
over
you want me
here?
to come up as well, Matt?
Can I get over here?
Can shove
Matt,
you.
should I
wait,
come up?
wait, Matt.
You
I'm
shove?
come
moving
up?
to the top of the hill.
President's
I come
asking if you can go to C7.
He's
Joke's
driving.
asking.
Can I get over here?
Does Joke come up?
No.
Does
He's on
President
the,
go?
he's on
President's
the low
go.
ground. He has to peek me, so I got peeker's advantage. You just need to watch and make sure no one else comes up.
We're defending
prop-
as well, so
Yeah,
Just
the
save
problem
your health.
is, if any of them do come up, then I have to just
boost.
run and hope the grill can
Hopefully,
fucking
yeah, Roby can hit.
trying to spot the back as well.
Well, the push coming in here from B Gaming. Coalition Zoo do have some good defensive positions with control, or at least reasonable control of that hill, but oh, some good spots from Pac-Manius. Does B Gaming know where they're getting spotted from, though? That's the real question. No, they don't, and a good couple of shots connecting with B Gaming here. They need to control that hill. They really need to get control of that hill.
Yeah, I'm not really liking B Gaming's positioning here because TCZ, they have free spots on all of them thanks to Pac-Manius' excellent positioning, and I think just about all of TCZ can get shots on towards them. Madhouse here up on the hill just putting pressure on towards Happiness. I think Tiltil Matil, he might be looking to make a move soon to try and eliminate Madhouse, which is when we heard Madhouse say that that's when he's going to have to bail. Yep, looks like that. Oh.
I like the position of Pac-Manius, though. He's got a very, very good amount of information here for Coalition Zoo. And it's going to be a tough nut for B Gaming to crack as well. So either they need to control this hill. Madhouse missing the shot right into the side of the wall. That is, again, embarrassing on stream. Sorry, Madhouse.
A little bit. And his gunner's dead. Okay, yeah, that's very suboptimal there, Madhouse, losing a 2-on-1 poke battle.
Well, fair enough that he lost a 2-on-1, but he could have at least got a shot into Happiness.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's kind of lost control of the hill there, so that's a little bit of an advantage here for B Gaming. I really don't want to see B Gaming pushing around through this western part of the map, sorry, because they're going to be lit so easily. I would much prefer to see something going around the cape of the map, around the eastern side, the 9 kind of line. Yes, they'll have to deal with Roby-Wan Kenobi, but they don't have to deal with Chippy and Joke and Nomad and Pac-Manius. Every time they peek, every time they get spotted around out that part of the map, they are taking a shot.
Yeah, I'm not really liking that so far, and I would love to see Roby-Wan Kenobi in that grill get a shot up on towards the hill. And that is unfortunately why B Gaming are not pushing too far in towards that hill up there, because they know that is exactly what will happen. Pac-Manius there in the Amex 1390, still doing a great job spotting out Muller. Surprised that B Gaming haven't tried to blind fire Pac-Manius a little bit there.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised as well, actually. I mean, there's not many places that he could actually be.
I mean, you may as well use the E50 for something. Like,
where actually is the E50? It is down there, isn't it? It's Muller, yeah. So, yeah, it doesn't make too much sense.
Right now, 4 minutes and 40 seconds left. Definitely a bit of a slower round here on Cliff than what we used to.
I actually don't mind this if B Gaming go through the lower ground, especially if they proxy spot Pac-Manius.
Yeah.
He'll be in a spot of bother. Roby-Wan Kenobi will be able to offer assistance. Nomad as well can fire down in that direction, but no one else from Coalition Zoo will be able to really do a whole lot. Ooh, there was a potential for a shot there. Nah, come on, fire the shot. There we go. Good shot from Happiness. And he's going to get another one here. Madhouse, what are you doing? Oh, he just missed it. And he wasn't happy about that either. You could see the little bit of shake. I think that was just RNG. Like, he had the shot in the right spot, but just didn't go in the direction.
Wrong roll of the dice, unfortunately.
Yeah, but still pretty good from B Gaming, getting really good control of that hill, doing a lot of damage to Madhouse.
Madhouse definitely struggling up here to try and hold the hill, and I think he should have taken up the offer of help when he got it earlier on the listen in. But right now, B Gaming, they're looking to close in. The E50 of Muller and the Batchat AP of Otori have been spotted out there.
They need to take out Pac-Manius. He needs to be removed from that position because he is exerting so much pressure on B Gaming right now.
Yeah, so hard, and they still are just not doing anything against Pac-Manius. So he's still not spotted. Look, maybe they're going to try and blind fire it soon. We can see their laser pointers heading towards that direction. See where their turrets are aiming, but so far very slow game from B Gaming, and I'm starting to worry they do really. Oh, there we go.
There we go. Surely they knew. Surely someone knew that didn't go through the bush. Shinozakit's going to proxy spot him anyway. So it's up to Roby to get a shot into Shinozakit.
There we go.
Here. But now Pac-Manius has to move. This is the strategy undone almost for Coalition Zoo. If Pac-Manius survives here, I'll be very impressed. Oh, but that's the go signal for the Coalition Zoo. That's what they need to do. They need to isolate these Batchats, and they have done just that. T4 is, well, he's just whiffing all of his shots. He hasn't hit a single one there, and that's a perfect result for Coalition Zoo. Use the Champower now, trying to get some damage across to those spotted targets. He needs to back up those tanks on the hill, but Till Matil goes down as well, and now he's under pressure from Pac-Manius, who may have had a bit of an errorous peak there. Happiness needs to hightail it out of here. He's on the reload. But he's still got a pretty decent amount of HP to play with. This is not over yet. Not over yet, but it is looking very grim for B Gaming.
Yes, very grim indeed. And Madhouse, oh, he did just... Oh, no!
Oh, the slide of shame as well.
That's one for the top files.
That is definitely one. Nomad gets spotted out here by Shinozakit and Yusashan Power, but Yusashan Power's blocking Shinozakit. Oh, there's going to be some mad words said in TeamSpeak tonight here with B Gaming, because this has all gone wrong for them. This is just not really acceptable at all.
Well, I mean...
Nomad's low. He can get taken down by Otori, but there's a lot of low HP tanks and free shots onto Otori at the moment. I don't see B Gaming able to pull this one away.
Look, probably not, but it is a 3-on-3. We've seen crazier things here on Cliff. So let's... I mean, the only reason you'd really say it's hard to count B Gaming still in it is because there's 1 minute and 20 seconds left and B Gaming are on the attack. So
yeah,
and they
have no control. Like the hill here at this point of the game is so important, and Coalition Zoo completely control that. Not to mention they don't have anyone that can really soak damage apart from Muller.
And, well, Muller could do a little bit of soaking, but I don't think he's going to be able to do that much.
Otori's dead. Kraziv's going to kill him. Nope, unless he misses the shot. He still is able to kill him easily, and, you know, Otori's not getting anything out of this at all.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame there from Otori, but, well, 44 seconds left. We hear the clock ticking. The E50 is going to be coming in as well. And, well, might be able to take out Krasin potentially, because Krasin is now on the reload, but... 34 seconds left. I think now we're just running into the period of time when it's just not going to be possible for B Gaming to take out the remaining members of TCZ. So, overall, Jordan, you know what's just happened?
Yep, I know what's just happened. B Gaming have caked it again.
Oh my goodness! Like this is sorry for B Gaming to lose to TCZ. They need to change some stuff. They really, really do. But credit where credit's due. TCZ. They've sounded really, really good, and well, that is pretty much it.
That is it. That is it. There's no pretty much about it. That's it. Coalition
That's
Zoo
it.
pull off the win against B Gaming, and come on, B Gaming. Like
Max was right.
Max was right. It was not a dream, though. It was a reality.
It was not a dream. It was a reality.
I don't even know.
You're gonna get so much crap.
Look at
from
that.
him.
He did say that.
He did.
I can't believe it. Done. Rubbish.
You're rubbish at predictions, mate.
Actually, no. I got 2 out of 2 yesterday. So far, I've been pretty off the money, honestly, today. But look,
I'm going to predict the rest of today's matches. 5-4, 5-4.
pretty much is going that way. Like, Karen Tiger efficiency definitely could go 5-4. And, well, Meltdown, Dark Walls, I'd be probably backing that one out for a 5-4. But I said the same thing about EL Gaming and Horseman. And it turned out to be a 5-4. So it's, yeah, look, we're only halfway through tonight, and we've still, you know,
we've still got a lot of
tank.
tanking action left, Jordan, which I'm looking forward to because we've got that next match tonight should be really, really good. At the end of the day, I mean, thinking a little bit back onto this one before we finally wrap it up.
Yeah.
B Gaming, ending up with a loss there. Like, that's going to feel so, so tough. And like, they just didn't really play that one well there on Cliff, I felt. They never gained control.
No.
They didn't blind fire the AMX 1390. I think that was a pivotal moment when the AMX 1390 just had free spots for days, and they didn't try and blind fire him until way too late. And it was only when they got the proxy spot that they actually decided to take him out. So
yeah, well, as far as I'm concerned, it shouldn't have even got to Cliff. Like, there was that lucky win on
Not
Prokhorov
at
for
all.
Coalition Zoo where B Gaming probably should have blind fired the reset. And B Gaming were in a position, they were 3-1 up, and they've allowed it to go through to a 5-4 defeat. So for me, that's not good enough. When you've got 3 rounds on the board, you should be able to pull it through to a win.
Yep, 100%, I think. And, well, very unfortunate there for B Gaming. But TCZ, they've got to be happy with that one.
They are. Good stuff from TCZ. Good night for most of them. I think Pac-Manius for me was the sort of the standout. Obviously, Madhouse had another good night. But let's have a look at their replay and see how that all went down.
Yeah, there we go. So we can see that was T4 just going down, whiffing lots of his shots, not able to get much damage out at all. Till Matilda in the bat chat just getting taken out. Great little bit of play there from Chippy. Happiness with the fail fall.
Have a giggle. Have a giggle. APAC.
Great. APAC.
And this was pretty bad as well. That was pretty bad.
Yep.
Well, Yusuf Power's up the top there, but doesn't matter.
Mr. Power does so much work.
He does. He really does so much work here for B Gaming. He's really like the shining star for them.
Yeah, really. Legit. And he's 4th most average damage dealt in the entire league. So
I guess it's kind of easy when the rest of your team's not doing any damage. Just red line snipe and win.
You reckon the E50's all right there? 2.3k damage?
Yeah, but he lived for so long, right? You know, so
Yeah,
he was the last tank alive. Can't really draw
3K
into it too
damage.
much.
I reckon it was all right. But guess what? The E50, 0% win rate. After
Still
that one,
zero.
still 0.
Please stop picking E50.
Quite
Pick
bad.
something else. If you want to soak up some damage.
Pick an object 432.
Yeah. T54, even. Bounce a couple of shells. I don't know. Just the E50 doesn't work.
And the gorilla there. I thought I said gorilla. The gorilla there by Roby-Wan Kenobi dealing 840 damage. Pretty poor effort.
Yep. Only one shot,
Would have
really.
expected a little bit more there from Mr. Roby, but not going to be the case.
Would have expected a little bit more from B Gaming as well, but not going to be the case, given they lost 5-4 there. Good stuff from Coalition Zoo, able to pull off another win, put another one under their belt. I think I've undersold them a little bit so far this season. I've always predicted against them. Might be time to start predicting for them.
We try time to start going with the boys.
Perhaps.
Perhaps, and yeah, living the dream.
Yeah,
making it a reality.
They are living the dream, really. Well, look, I don't know. It was a hard game to call. B Gaming could have turned up today and won. B Gaming didn't turn up today and they didn't win. Coalition Zoo were able to make good use of the mistakes that B Gaming were making.
Yeah.
And Max is standing there giving us the big thumbs up off screen like that.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Hope he doesn't infect me. He's a little bit sick today.
Yeah, that's why. It's going to be a long night for you and I, Alex, because we've had 2 5-4s, 2 5-4s. So, and no Max to cast, no Max to take the burden from us. He's chosen a good night to get sick. But let's have a look at the post-match stats, did you say? I think that's interesting. Didn't we see that already? No, we didn't. We saw the post-battle stats. Use the Sham power up the top there. 2.81755555555.
Yeah.
Damage done per game.
Solid, very solid. Overall, what else? We had Madhouse there. Madhouse is looking pretty good with the 2.5 thousand average damage. Joke there, about 2,000. Colin, about 2,000. Yeah, pretty solid overall. 9 kills there for use of Shan power, and that's probably the top out of anyone. And only 97 shots fired, which, I mean, Madhouse had fired more shots.
Yep.
But interesting how the tankers with the most damage have more shots fired, which I guess also probably means they're alive for longer.
Robbie not getting too much work done tonight, but he was in light tanks for a few games.
Yeah, for some of them, yeah.
Although probably, Pac-Manius was in the light tanks much more. Yeah, Tiltil was in tier 10s pretty much the whole time.
Yeah, Tiltil was in tier 10s, and yeah, that's pretty ugly. 9-10 average damage with the tier 10s. Well, a bit unfortunate there for Mr. Tiltil, and I think he needs to, I don't know, try and get back on the tier 8s, try and convince whoever it is in B Gaming that's making those calls.
Well, enough about B Gaming and Coalition Zoo. I think it's time to have a bit of a break, Alex, because I am getting very, very frazzled. Let's take 10 minutes and be back for Current Tiger up against Team Efficiency.